Here starting to blow. The wind is starting to blow a little bit, but we've got a great weather here for what's going to be a great soccer matchup as the Thunder, who have been on a roll lately, are welcoming the number 5 ranked team in the nation, the 12-0-2 Augustana College Vikings. Alongside Noah Helm, I'm Rusty Lindsay. We'll be bringing you all the action from this afternoon's key CCIW matchup. Both teams come in undefeated in CCIW play, and actually Augustana, Noah, comes in undefeated on the season, so the Thunder are going to have their hands full.
Well, this is a great opportunity for the Thunder to prove themselves against a team that is nationally recognized as being a better squad. You know, Augustana is a very talented team, but the likes of which Wheaton has seen earlier in the season. You talk about Calvin College, Loras College, William Smith College. Now, 2 of those teams Augustana actually took on, tied Calvin 0-0 back on the 18th of September, and Loras, they took Loras down 1-0. Wheaton dropped games to Calvin and Loras, but this is a team in Augustana that the Thunder are perfectly capable of playing with and playing above, and Coach Felske's definitely got to have these girls ready to compete on the afternoon.
And you look at Augustana's schedule, this is a schedule that you mentioned the Calvin and Loras teams, but other than that, it's not a schedule that stacks up as rough non-conference as the Thunder schedule did. They played a number of non-conference ranked opponents, went on the road to Loras, went to New York, played a William Smith team that was number 4 in the nation, and since that win, they haven't lost, and they've only given up 2 goals, which spans the last month and another week after that. So this is a Thunder team that's played teams like Augustana and had a lot of success.
Well, you talk about 2 goals in the last month and a week and 1 goal given up in the last month. That is incredible in and of itself. But then you look across the lineup card at the Vikings, and they have given up 3 goals on the entire season. Those 3 goals, Rusty, coming in 2 games, one of them most recently at Milliken. They took down Milliken 4-2. Milliken scored late, I believe in the 90th minute, to notch their 2nd goal. But this is an Augustana team with 12 shutouts. They take the pitch expecting to put up a goose egg on the opposing team's score line, and the Thunder definitely looking to put some in the back of the net. This is going to be a question of which team is able to do that. Both teams have scored roughly the same amount of goals through 15 games in the season.
And this is a defense that the Thunder have seen before, as when they welcomed Wisconsin Stevens Point in a couple of weeks ago. That was a team that had given up 2 goals all season, and the Thunder scored 4 against them. So this is the Thunder team that's been proven capable of putting the ball in the back of the net against very good defenses.
Well, and I think a big reason that the Thunder have been able to do that have been the 3 that they've got up front. You talk about Orweiler, Kopelman, and Berg, and the 3 of them work so well together, but more importantly, they work well with their midfield. You know, they give whoever is in the middle of the field, whether it's Karsten or Kish Kunis or Carrie Shannon, Kristen Clark in off the bench, they give all of them a chance to move up the field with them, bringing numbers into the box.
So, Noah, why don't you let's take this opportunity and go ahead and run us through tonight's starting lineups.
Looking first on the Vikings side, starting in goal is going to be Kayla Radloff, and she has been fantastic on the year. Started 12 of their 14 games, 3 goals against. She's got a .23 goals against average on the year, and Wheaton looking to build on that. We'll hit up the rest of the Vikings starting lineup right after the national anthem.
Welcome back to Joe Bean Stadium for this afternoon's top 15 matchup of your number 12 ranked Wheaton College Thunder and the visitors today from Augustana, the number 5 ranked Vikings. So Noah, why don't you continue to run us through the starting lineups for the Vikings?
Absolutely. We mentioned Radloff, .23 goals against average on the year. She's in goal for the Vikings. Joining her on the field is going to be Margaret Hoshite, the freshman defender out of St. Charles East. Taylor Mosley, she leads their attack with 10 goals on the season. Ashley Higuchi, she's got 4 goals, 4 assists on the season. Kelly Johnson, Megan Mummert, Jessica Dodds, Kirsten Bozen, Erin Colson, Caitlin Winkleman, and Mary Pat Holtrup.
And so the Thunder coming in having scored 6 goals each in their last 2 games. They're going to put Maddie Allen in goal, where she has been extremely successful here in her freshman season. Started 12 games, has given up 7 goals, has thrown 3 shutouts. The defense for her is going to be Campbell, Liebador, and Brait in the back. You will also be joined ahead of them by Kopelman, Kishkunis, Orweiler, Berg, Laura Karsten, Carrie Shannon, and Ann Turner. This is a Thunder team that has not lost since the 14th of September when they lost on the road to Loras College. Since then, they have given up just 2 goals. One to the University of Rochester on the 18th of September. The last goal they gave up was to Stevens Point on the 5th of October. Since then, they have conference wins of 5-0, 6-0, and 6-0 over North Park, Carthage, and North Central. These 2 teams do not have a common opponent yet. No, excuse me, Augustana defeated Carthage 1-0 back on the 2nd of October, so that's their lone conference common opponent so far. The Thunder are going to have the ball first in their home whites, blue numbers, blue shorts. They will be moving right to left against Augustana, who's going to be wearing their road blues today with the white numbers on the back. Augustana sprawled across the shoulders. Taken away up top now by Kopelman. Drops it outside to Berg. Berg putting the early pressure on, moving towards the end line, trying to keep it in bounds. She will, but gives it right over to the feet of Kelly Johnson. Johnson's going to play ahead to Colston. Colson trying to chase it down on the near sideline. That'll be out for a Thunder throw, and just underway here at Joe Bean, half a minute in. The Thunder on the early attack, throwing, trying to come deep to Orweiler, and that's going to be cleared out by the feet of Caitlin Winkleman out in front of us. So throwing for the Thunder back near midfield.
You got to love the long ball early from the Thunder, just testing the backs and having their forwards run under it.
Liebador's throwing, going long for Berg. They'll move up about 15 yards and try the throw in again. This time it'll be Kishkunis down the sideline to Orweiler. Right foot volley towards the top of the box. Has Kopelman there. Getting ahead to it first is Taylor Mosley. Mosley leaves it for Winkleman. Now Winkleman to the near side and Colson. Colson tries to play it ahead to Jessica Dobbs, but that'll run to the back, and Amanda Brait now near side Liebador. Liebador with space up the near side, going to play on the right foot, steps over, now plays Kishkunis on the offensive half. Middle of the field, Karsten continues along the end line, or the midline, to Megan Campbell. Campbell and Brait, the freshmen on the back line for the Thunder, have been more than capable this season. As Brait plays it to the near side to Liebador, who again has a lot of space near the midline. Right-footed through, going to be headed out by Megan Mummert. Play to the near side, and Colson keeps it in, plays it to the middle of the field, Jessica Dobbs. Dobbs is going to swing it across the field. Ball on the feet of Kelly Johnson. Playing back to Colson through her legs, and Kishkunis with the right-footed clearance on the ground. Knocks it all the way back to Mary Pat Holtrup, who was the left back pushed up for the Vikings. Ball loose on the far side. Carrie Shannon right foot over Holtrup. Continues to run with the ball now on her feet. At the midfield line, has Kopelman to her left, will stay on the ball now, moving towards the near side and drops it across the midline to Amanda Brait, who has space at the bottom of the circle. Brait looking for options, going to play on the ground to Laura Karsten. Karsten plays to the far side, and Campbell. Right-footed along the sideline, looking for running Brittany Berg, but Mary Pat Holtrup will just knock it out of bounds. Both teams trying to establish a little bit of a rhythm early on here, and it's just a lot of ball back and forth movement.
Oh, and you see what's troubling the Thunder right now is just the stagnancy on the offensive end. People have really got to check in and out against this marking D.
So now this is Liebador moving to the bottom of the top of the circle now into the attacking third. Ball on her right foot plays to Kishkunis. Kishkunis right foot top of the box to Berg. Berg gets a flick into the box, and that'll be collected by Kayla Radloff without any pressure. Radloff, the junior goalkeeper out of West Chicago, not too far from here. Her punt's going to be taken on the head of Ann Turner. Ball loose, won by Kishkunis. Right-footed volley forward for Berg. Berg can't get to the header. Instead won by Margaret Hoscheit. Hoscheit's header taken away by Karsten. Now played into space for Kopelman in the middle of the field. Gets a right foot to it, to sends it to the near side, Orweiler. Orweiler works against Kelly Johnson. Steps over into the box now, trying to turn the corner. And will keep that ball in across the mouth of the goal. Berg finished it, but the flag went up on the far side. They're going to say that ball rolled out of bounds.
That's textbook execution, though, aside from the ball crossing the end line. What you want is that ball towards the near post, to the goal line, and back negative across the box. Berg was able to follow that up in stride on the 6.
So the first warning shot is awarded to the Thunder there. As a goal taken away after the ball rolled out of bounds. This is now Karsten playing to the far side, trying to get to Shannon, but Holtrop there first for the Vikings. Shield Shannon away, plays into the middle of the field for Kirsten Bosen. And Bosen's ball is going to be taken away by Brait in the back for the Thunder. Brait on the far side of the field. Tries to skip it all the way across to Berg. Knocked away first by Hoscheit. Header won by Shannon. And now cleared out by the left foot of Megan Mummert for the Vikings. Won by Amanda Brait. Drops outside to Campbell. Right foot is going to sail out of bounds. Thunder struggling a little bit with the air balls early on. There's a stiff breeze moving left to right here at Joe B, and the Thunder working their way into the mouth of the wind.
Yeah, you're right. Thunder moving against the wind, and the best way to move forward against the wind is to put those balls on the ground and play possession, play to feet.
This is Kopelman, skips it through the middle of the Augustana defense. Sliding tackle won by Aaron Colson for the Vikings. Plays it ahead to Jessica Dobbs. Dobbs drops it to the outside, and Taylor Mosley taken back by the Thunder. This is Kopelman. Plays to Shannon. Shannon's got space, moving into the attacking third. Ball on her right foot. Steps over the ball, plays it outside to Brittany Berg. Berg tries to get a clearance, slides on top of the ball. That'll be knocked out for a goal kick, as Berg couldn't quite corral that ball on the far side of the field.
So another good effort, though, towards the corner flag, Rusty. It's great to see the Thunder moving up the left side with Orweiler or the right side with Berg. That's how they're going to beat this D, is outside and then back across.
And we've seen it ever since they played that game against Chicago, where Chicago was packing 5 on the back line. The Thunder chose to go really attack from the outside edges, where they have a speed advantage against most teams, play that ball into the middle. They were successful getting the 1 goal against Chicago. And since then, it seems like it's been a team oriented on the outside and attack.
Well, and the beautiful thing about it is your opposing team, the defense has got to be really keyed in on picking up marks, and it's just hard to do the whole 90 minutes.
Free kick by the Vikings, cleared out of the box by Brait, getting a foot to it for Augustana is Winkleman. Winkleman's going to have to play it all the way back now, and it ends up on the feet of Johnson. Johnson looking ahead, pass taken away by Ann Turner. Still loose now, and Kishkunis is going to play it to the back where Liebedor can settle with the ball on her right foot, now advancing it towards the midfield line. Left-footed pass on the ground to Ann Turner, back to Liebedor as they just try to feel out this defense. Liebedor, right foot through the air, header won by the Vikings' Megan Mummert, and it's going to end up back to Liebedor, who's going to let it roll for a throw-in in front of her own bench. 38-20 to go here in the first half. We'd have yet to see a shot on goal for either squad. Throw-in taken away by the Vikings' Aaron Colson, but won back by Ann Turner. Plays it back to Liebedor. Liebedor, they're giving her plenty of room to move it towards the midline, and now she plays a right foot on the ground to Brittany Berg, who has now swung to the near side of the field. Back to Liebedor. Liebedor at the midline, shadowed by Colson. Playing ahead, looking for Orweiler, cleared out by Mummert, and it'll settle again by Campbell. Skips it across to the near side and Liebedor. Liebedor with a left foot trying to get it to Berg. Back to Mummert for the Vikings, and Mummert's going to drop it all the way back to Kayla Radloff in the box. Orweiler will pressure as Radloff sends it away to the head of Allie Kopelman. Back to Megan Mummert. Through the legs of Winkleman, won by Liebedor. Liebedor's ground pass off the foot of Winkleman. Winkleman continues to get the head on the ball now, and now Liebedor's going to send it to the back, and Amanda Brait will slow it down for the Thunder as they come back at the Vikings. 37-20 to go here in the first half, as that is a pass by Brait sent into the Augustana bench.
You see him trying to work this sideline with Liebedor and then Brait that time, and when it's not there, forcing it's just going to put up a 50-50 ball, or it's going to result in the ball going across that sideline. What I'd really like to see from the Thunder is have one of your center mids, whether it be Karsten or Turner, start checking to the middle and look for a switch of play.
We've seen Karsten, normally very active, have yet to really call her name much in this game. Seems as if the Vikings have really tried to neutralize her and Kishkunis in the early going, as those two are really the ones that make those cogs go for the Thunder in the middle of the field. Now Bradel send it near side to Liebedor. High hop, Liebedor will win it off her head. Now plays right foot ahead, has to rush it with pressure coming on, and it's cleared down by Winkleman. Winkleman with Kopelman on her hip. Plays this one ahead to the feet of Jessica Dobbs. Dobbs turns middle, plays it to Mosley. Mosley's pass taken away by Carrie Shannon, but back to the feet of Jessica Dobbs. This is now Barnes to the outside for Holtrup. Back into the box, looking for the feet of Taylor Mosley, and Maddie Allen will go to the far post to make a sprawling save for the Thunder following the misdirection. First real advance there for the Vikings that we've seen this afternoon. As now Liebedor takes the roll out, continues to run with the ball at her feet, now forcing the Vikings to collapse. Plays it ahead. Berg's got the angle. Forces the goalie to come out of the box to play it. That'll go down the near sideline and will roll out of bounds past the Thunder bench.
And that's the ball Caitlin's been trying to play. Finally got a solid foot around on it up and over the defense.
They will back up the throw for the Thunder. Liebedor to take it. Out the sideline to Kishkunis. Kishkunis loses it to the feet of Winkleman. Liebedor back into the picture to win it for the Thunder. Headed down to the ground by Kopelman. Kopelman fighting with Kelly Johnson for the ball. Johnson's going to shield it out of bounds. Viking throw-in comes quick to Winkleman. Winkleman pops it up into the air ahead. Won by Dodds. Back to Winkleman, but Berg's there to take it away for the Thunder. Steps on the ball, plays it back outside Liebedor. Liebedor running forward, right foot, trying to get it across to Shannon. Got too much of it and played it instead to Holtrop for the Vikings. One back by the Thunder and Laura Karsten. Left foot ahead by Kishkunis to Berg. Berg with the ball still out on her feet, goes right foot, going to skip the ball across the field to Shannon. Shannon with a flick-on header, turns on Holtrup. Still with the ball on her feet, now outside to Campbell. Campbell all the way out of the back, into the box. Left foot to Orweiler. Ball loose in the box. Berg, right foot towards the near post. And a diving save by Kayla Radloff.
Terrific run by your right back, Campbell. The freshman getting all the way into the attack and not wasting any touches. Just get that ball across, do your job, and get back on D. Well done.
So Radloff's punt is going to go all the way back to Allen. And the Thunder are going to punt from the other side.
That just shows you how strong the wind is. And in the second half, Thunder are going to have a major advantage going into the Augustana attack.
Flick on header by Orweiler to Berg. Berg settles on the ball through contact, plays it ahead to Orweiler. Orweiler moving in on the goal, into the box. Towards the end line, left foot across the mouth of the goal. Had Carrie Shannon in the middle of the goal, but getting there first was Margaret Hoscheid, who takes it away for the Vikings. Thunder still in the attacking third. Ann Turner drops outside, trying to get it to Carrie Shannon, and Shannon's not going to get there in time. That'll be across the far sideline for a Viking throw-in.
About 33 and a half minutes left here in the first half. 0-0 is our score, Wheaton College and Augustana College. Quick reminder, no TV today for the women's game. We do hope to have it up and running by the time the men's game starts right after this one.
This is Karsten, plays to Orweiler. Orweiler into the box looking for Berg. Too far for Berg, but Kopelman gets there on the deflection. That's going to be played out for a goal kick. They're going to say it went off the foot of Kopelman, and that'll be a Viking goal kick.
Yeah, I think that's the right call as the clearance. Kopelman was stepping in on it. Do not believe that the defender got a piece of it coming back off towards the end line.
So Radloff will take the goal kick for the Thunder. For the Vikings, under 33 to play, and her kick's going to be won by the body of Ann Turner. Kishkunis sprinting forward will take the loose ball, plays the left foot, trying to get it to Berg. Instead, it's won by Margaret Hoscheid for the Vikings, and her clearance comes to Liebedor. Liebedor to Kishkunis, tries to get it to the middle of the field for Turner, and instead it's taken away by Taylor Mosley. Taylor Mosley past Karsten, now taking on Brait. Karsten's back to put the brakes on the run, but her clearance is won again by Aaron Colson. Colson to the left, plays it past Mosley. Running on there, Ashley Higuchi for the Vikings. First time we've called Higuchi's name. She's trying to move past Megan Campbell. Shannon comes back to help for the Thunder, and they're going to have to play it back to Mary Pat Holtrup, now back to the midline, and the Vikings will regroup as they play it to the back line now. Kelly Johnson. Johnson on the right foot, plays it past the feet of, that's Jessica Dodds, and won by the Thunder. Cleared out, but Mary Pat Holtrup there for the Vikings. Plays it to the near side and Mummer. Mummer to head to Winkleman, dropped outside now, back to Kelly Johnson. Trying to play it through, but Kishkunis gets there, and instead it's on the feet of Winkleman. Winkleman trying to play into Higuchi, and that will be rolled out of bounds across the end line for a goal kick for the Thunder.
Good idea for Augustana, just miscommunication on the run there. But where you see the Viking attack breaking down is once they get it to their front line, because the Wheaton defenders are already basically on those attacking players' jerseys. And in the midfield, they're having success moving it towards the attacking third because they've got a little space to work with. But as soon as their forwards get it, the Wheaton D has been right there.
Liebador was trying to get a Kishkunis. It's played off the thigh of Aaron Colson into the back, and Braid's going to have to clear it out. The Thunder had the space to advance the ball there. Instead, it's played out of bounds hastily by Braid. That'll be a Viking throw-in. Down the near side, comes in, finding the feet of Jessica Dodds. Dodds trying to turn past Karsten. Ball stays in play in the corner to our right. Plays back to Johnson. Johnson into the box, trying to get it to Mosley. Mosley double team there. Getting there was Colson, right-footed hit for the Vikings by Kirsten Bosen, sophomore out of Gibson City, Illinois, Normal West High School, and Maddie Allen wins it. Her punt's going to come to the feet of Allie Kopelman. Kopelman with time, plays it outside Kishkunis. Kishkunis with a quick right foot, trying to get Berg going. Berg racing on towards the top of the box. Ball still loose as the Vikings play to the outside, and Holtrup's going to have to go up the sideline to Higuchi. Megan Campbell getting ahead to it, keeping it in play now, and Higuchi's back on the ball for the Vikings. Has Shannon running back in the support, and Amanda Brate comes over with a right-footed clearance for the Thunder. Comes to Carrie Shannon at the midline, has room. Continuing to advance the ball with the ball on her right foot, goes up the sideline. Berg slow plays around her defender. Getting there is Hoshite, with Berg still on the ball, works around the corner, but Mummer gets the clearance for the Vikings. Back to Shannon, ball still in the attacking third. Working past Holtrip. Shannon on the ball still, and that's going to be a corner for the Thunder. First corner of the day, 29:40 to go here in the first half, and they will send Orweiler and Kishkunis to the corner.
Just too much speed on that far side for the Augustana backs to handle. You got Berg and Shannon, both of them perfectly capable of getting it to the end line. Hopefully now, one of them capable of putting one in the back of the net.
Orweiler will set up for the short corner if they choose to take it. This is a Thunder team that's had increased success on the corner kicks following the North Park game. Looks like they will go deep. This will be Kishkunis on the right foot. Into the box, tries to get it to Liebador. Goalie's out of the box. And it's cleared out on a header by Augustana. Great kick by Kishkunis.
Great kick, but just tough decision there by Radloff as she almost ran into one of her own defenders coming off trying to punch that one away. As a keeper, you come off that line in a corner kick situation, you better be getting a piece of the ball or else the entire face of the goal is left open. Wheaton missed opportunity there.
And Augustana lucked out because Wheaton was at the near post. Short corner. Kishkunis into the box. And Radloff wins it against the head of Kopelman. Radloff takes a tumble, whistle blows. It'll be a foul on Kopelman. And a free kick by the Augustana goalie.
Yeah, that time you definitely saw the determination as she went off her line. 28.5 minutes left here in the first half. 0-0 is our score. Number 12 in the nation, Wheaton College Thunder. Number 5, Augustana Vikings.
Played into the middle for Mosley. Mosley's got some space. Plays out to the near side. Running on there, trying to get there in time is Erin Colson. She's not going to do it. Good opportunity for the Vikings based on the angles that they had, but Colson couldn't track it down in time. The wind pushing that ball towards the end line. It'll be Brate to take the free kick, or the goal kick, for the Thunder as we go under 28 to play here in the first half from Joe Bean Stadium.
And against the wind, you want to drive these low. Brate able to do it there.
Skims the head of Kopelman. Ball's going to finally be won by Ann Turner and played to the near side Kishkunis, and this is the most space she's seen with the ball on her feet all day. Moving on to Winkleman. Plays into the middle of the field. Ann Turner hits her in stride up the middle. Turner steps over the ball, plays it to Kopelman. Moving on now towards the top of the box. Kopelman will play it backwards a little bit. Now trying to get Berg moving towards the end line. Berg's going to get there in time. Right foot across the middle. Headed out by the Viking back line. Had Shannon set up at the near post. Now the Vikings trying to counterattack. This is Higuchi along the far sideline. Plays a great send ball to Jessica Dodds, but Brate there, and that'll be sent into the parking lot. A souvenir for one lucky fan out in the parking lot here as we go 27 minutes to play, no score.
Well, Brate saw that one developing as soon as Karsten took a step towards the ball carrier. She knew she had to have her center mids back in support. good step towards space and able to play the ball away.
Played out. This will be a Thunder throw-in on the far sideline. Going to be taken by Megan Campbell. We've seen a lot of Megan Campbell moving up in the formation so far today, something we haven't necessarily seen thus far this year. Throw-in's going to be eventually won by the foot of Kirsten Bosen. Header won by Liebedor, settled by Mosley, but Turner is there, puts her shins to the ball and stops the run for Mosley. Now Shannon will play to Turner with Mosley on her left hip and ahead to Berg. Berg's going to overlap with Turner and play Shannon in the middle of the field along the midline, steps on the ball, working against Mosley, plays outside to Turner. Turner has Berg and will play her into the attacking third. Berg now attacking the defense of Holtrip, played into the middle. That'll be out for another Thunder corner kick.
It's almost unfair how fast Brittany Berg is able to get to the goal line and try to play something across nearly every time.
That's going to be the problem for Mary Pat Holtrup, and we have yet to see a substitution on either side, but you have to assume the Vikings are going to at some point need fresh legs to defend the speed of Brittany Berg. Now they've got a corner from the far side where Kishkunis was successful in her first attempt to really put this across the mouth of the goal, and it looks like they're going to go long again.
Yeah, look for the ball coming back out towards the top of the box on this one. Thunder player should be there to collect.
Swung in high. Kopelman, the header to the back post, and the Thunder are on the board first. 25-35 to go on the header by Allie Kopelman on the corner. Gives the Thunder their first lead of the match.
Yeah, that works even better. Kopelman able to rise up above the defense and redirect that towards the far side, as you mentioned. Perfect placement. Wheaton leads 1-0, 25-35 left here in the first half.
Allie Kopelman's 8th goal of the season for Kishkunis. That is her 5th assist, and you couldn't draw up a more pretty set piece there for the Thunder as it executed to perfection. And the Thunder get the first goal of the game, only the 4th given up by the Vikings all season.
You said it, Rusty. This is a Vikings team that has not seen themselves trailing in recent history, and definitely going to be looking to get back on the board against the Thunder.
And this is a Thunder team that when you look across the field and you see that Augustana team, this brings back some bitter memories for the Thunder, who saw their season end on Augustana's field last year in the Sweet 16 to the hands of Washington University on a night where Augustana was also upset. So this is an Augustana team that hasn't lost since they were on their own field last year, and they lost to Calvin. This is now played near side. Liebedor gets a foot to it. Kopelman trying to get there in time. Gets tangled up with Dodds, but it's played back to Amanda Brait. Brait with the right foot trying to get it to Berg. Trying to work around Holtrup, but Holtrup will win the ball. Play it up to Higuchi, and Higuchi will play it off the shoulder of Berg and out of bounds. Thunder strike first in this crucial CCIW matchup. Now this is Mosley. Mosley in the middle of the field on the right foot will play it to Winkleman. Winkleman keeps the ball in the middle of the field, advances it to Dodds. Jessica Dodds back to Winkleman. Orweiler trying to get there and does. Ball, though, comes loose to the Vikings, and Aaron Colson will play it back to Winkleman. Karsten gets a foot to Winkleman's pass and sends it out of bounds.
The last time Augustana failed to score the first goal in a game where goals were scored, October 31st, 2009 against Elmhurst. They ended up winning that one 4-1.
So almost a year later, Augustana finds themselves trailing right off the bat. This is a foul against Karsten, so it'll be a free kick for the Vikings in a pretty nice location here. They're going to be about 15 yards off the top of the box. It's going to be taken by Megan Mummert. Mummert's going to drop it to the outside. Unmarked was Aaron Colson was unmarked, and Colson rushes the shot and plays it wide of the post. But the Thunder had put so much emphasis on the wall blocking that one, as the Vikings could have put that one directly on the net with the wind at her back. Mummert had a great scenario, but instead played it to the near side, and Colson plays it wide of the post.
Just received word that the video will be up soon. Thanks for hanging in with us through these technical difficulties. The video will be up soon for your Wheaton women's soccer team.
Played into the middle by the Vikings. This is Kirsten Bosen. Bosen will knock it outside Higuchi into the box, and Brait with a soaring header for the Thunder. One now by Kopelman. Kopelman with space tries to get it to Berg. Berg's not going to get there in time, and that's a situation where you might like to see Kopelman keep the ball on her feet a little bit longer. She's lethal with the ball on her feet. Might just rush the pass trying to advance it through the air.
Yeah, it's a split-second decision. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it didn't. You got to love that she continues to attack, though.
Thunder now on the attack in the attacking third. Orweiler steps over the ball, still on it as she won it off the deflection by Kishkunis. Into the box. Kishkunis can't quite win it in time. Taken away by Mummert and cleared back towards midfield. Won by the chest of Ann Turner. Near side, Libidor. Libidor right-footed chip, has Kishkunis. She's on sides. Kishkunis now on the left side of the box. Plays along the end line towards the near post. Knocked out to the near side by Hoshite. That'll be a Thunder throw-in. Counting down on 22 minutes to go. It'll be taken by Libidor.
Again, though, the ability to get to the end line and play back negative across the middle.
Libidor's throw-in. Going to come to Kishkunis, trying to send it on with a right-footed volley. Getting there first for the Vikings will be Boson. And ahead, but won by Laura Karsten to the near side. Libidor can't stop in time to get there. This is Colson playing a through ball to Dodds, but Karsten cuts her off and knocks it back to Amanda Brate. Thunder doing a nice job at the midfield, marking these runners for the Vikings.
Well, that's what's so hard to follow down the middle of the field. Usually are the midfielders that are moving up into the attack in the Thunder midfield. You said it. Terrific job so far.
This is Megan Campbell. Campbell to Kopelman, trying to chip it outside to Berg, whiffed on the ball and is taken back by the Vikings. This is ahead to Jessica Dodds. Dodds to Boson. Boson to the near side, trying to get it to Colson, but Kishkunis gets up, wins the header, and it's taken by Winkleman of the Vikings. Orweiler gets a foot and a nice tackle there by Jamie. Plays to Kopelman, near side to Carrie Shannon. Shannon now with a run towards the attacking third, steps on the ball. Going to have to get past Boson. Plays on the left foot to the ground to Kishkunis. Kishkunis spins through. She's loose on goal. Right-footed shot. Blocked by Mummert. Out of bounds to the near side.
Terrific look by Shannon, I believe that was, coming across the middle. She had space towards the near side. Kishkunis, well done going to the ball.
Libidor's throw-in comes to Kishkunis. Plays back to Libidor. Moving on towards the top of the box, and it's taken away by the Vikings. Aaron Colson now to the near side, Mosley, but Ann Turner takes it away for the Thunder. The Vikings haven't quite shook Mosley loose. Mosley is a terrific scorer, their leading scorer with 10 goals this season. Now this is Boson again, but Kopelman back to win it for the Thunder. He plays it to the far side, and Megan Campbell. Campbell gets around the ball, swings the right foot through. High leg, wins it for Carrie Shannon. Shannon moving back towards the midfield. Right foot on, trying to get Orweiler through, and she does. Orweiler with one to beat in the goalie. Goalie comes out. Orweiler steps on the ball. Open goal, left foot by Orweiler, and it's wide to the left post.
And that's just the keeper, Radloff, cutting off the angle there. Orweiler had to get past one defender. She did, but then also the outstretched arms of the keeper tried to bend it around her, and just not enough.
An excellent opportunity for an insurance goal for the Thunder. It goes wide left off the left foot of Jamie Orweiler, but you know Orweiler, she's going to keep at it, and she's probably going to knock one through. Orweiler has a case of scoring big game goals.
A little less than 20 minutes left here in the first half. Wheaton College in front, 1-0 against Augustana College.
Ball off the head of Aaron Colson will be a Thunder throw-in taken by Libidor. 19.5 to go. The Thunder lead it 1-0, and it's battle of CCIW unbeatens. Played back to Libidor. Steps over, ball on the outside of her left foot. Into the box, towards the box, and won by Megan Mummert. Kopelman goes sprawling down. Ball will play on, says the official. Turner will slow the attack, plays it back to Amanda Brate, near side Libidor. Libidor with Colson running on, plays Kishkunis, steps on the ball, now moving towards the middle of the field, drops it around Mosley and back to Amanda Brate. The Thunder doing a nice job controlling the ball now between the midfield and the back line.
Fantastic patience, just the realization that you don't have to force anything upfield. You've got three open behind you.
We've seen it, especially in the Wisconsin-Stevens Point game. It was an incredibly patient Thunder attack as Libidor tries to send that through to Orweiler. Taken back by the Vikings. This is Winkleman in the middle of the field. Tries to get Mosley on a run. Karsten is there. She will cut off Mosley, and Maddie Allen will let that one roll across the end line for a goal kick.
And Rusty, we mentioned almost a full year ago, as we do have a sub here for Augustana. Checking in is going to be Caitlin Kinsella. She will be getting Jessica Dodds. We mentioned almost a full year ago that it's been since Augustana has trailed, but since they have trailed after the first goal and then lost the game, it's been over a year ago, back to October 7th against Carroll University.
So this is an Augustana team that's definitely outside of their comfort zone right now, especially on the road, in a place where the Thunder have lost just 5 games since the opening of this stadium. Ball on the feet of Kelly Johnson. Johnson to Winkleman. Winkleman with Orweiler on her back, sends it into Higuchi at the top of the box. Knocked loose by Ann Turner. Deflection, and they're going to say it went off the hand of Taylor Mosley. Mosley, we mentioned the 10 goal. She's a sophomore out of Orland Park in Carl Sandburg High School. So a free kick to be taken right at the top of the box, and it'll be Amanda Brate to toe it up for the Thunder. 17.5 to go, and she's just going to play it on the ground to the near side in Liebedor. Liebedor's been incredibly active for the Thunder. Left foot ahead, trying to get it to Orweiler. Mummert's there for the Vikings, gets a foot to it. Knocked to the outside from Boson, through Johnson, and now Winkleman. Winkleman up the sideline, past Liebedor, but it's too far for the run of Kinsella, who has moved to the midfield on our near side.
Interesting is she's listed as a defender, but versatile. Coming out of Chicago, went to Fremd High School and able to play just about anywhere on the field.
Ball played ahead. They're going to say it's out of bounds off the foot of Liebedor, who is trying to get it to Kish Kunis. Throw in by the Vikings, taken by Johnson. Header won by Augustana. Next header is won by Karsten, and now she's going to get a right-footed volley that's going to knock this one up in the air on the far side. Shannon's trying to track it down. That wind's playing tricks on the ball, and now Shannon will settle, but Higuchi's back for the Vikings. Higuchi plays middle for Boson. Boson steps over the ball, plays back outside. Higuchi now running on towards the box, has options in the middle. Shannon gets a deflection on the mid ball. Now it's Ann Turner to the near side, and Kish Kunis, and the Thunder can counter. Kish Kunis with space as Winkleman tries to catch up. Ball on her right foot for Kaylin Kish Kunis at the midfield. Can step over the ball, and a great move past Winkleman on the near side. Kaylin Kish Kunis still on the ball near the middle of the field. Will play it to Kopelman. Kopelman with Mosley on her back. Now Ann Turner has Campbell playing to the outside. She will touch to the outside, and Megan Campbell. Good possession here for the Thunder. Campbell into the attacking third down the far sideline, and a sliding tackle by the Vikings, and Higuchi will be just enough to slow the run, knocking it out of bounds. Campbell's throwing, comes along the inline off the body of Berg, and that'll be a goal kick ending the run for the Thunder.
15.5 left here in the first half. Wheaton in front 1-0, but if you want to preserve that lead, let's go back just a couple possessions ago to the far side of the field. Wheaton's defending. Two Thunder defenders step into the ball, leaving one open on the end line, thankfully playing it right to Wheaton possession, but Wheaton has got to be able to follow those runners down the sides.
Header one up by Carson. She will win the second one and headed ahead to Kopelman. Kopelman playing to the far side of the field, and Berg's in a race against Mary Pat Holtrup, but it'll be out of bounds, and the sideline will win that race. Viking throw-in. Holtrup's throwing down the far side, won by Carrie Shannon. Now Megan Campbell. Ball next one by Holtrup, and now Higuchi. Still loose. Header by Ann Turner. Fighting off Taylor Mosley, but Mosley's going to take it away for the Vikings outside to Higuchi. Shannon back on the ball, and Carson will take away Higuchi's pass. Into the middle for Turner. Plays along the midline to Liebedor, has Kishkunis outside, and it'll have to play a through ball, but it'll find the running feet of Caitlin Kishkunis down the near sideline. 14.5 to go here before halftime. Trying to get Berg at the top of the box, headed out by Hoshite, and the Vikings will try to counter again, but Megan Campbell's there to slow down Higuchi. Now Carrie Shannon back on the ball outside, but out of bounds. Viking throw-in.
This is where you mark up on the sideline, and it's so important that your defenders step and mark up so that your midfielders are able to step to space.
Viking throw-in, won by the head of Carrie Shannon, ahead to Kopelman. Kopelman trying to turn past Boson, still looking for options, and she will have to play it all the way into the back to the sweeper, Amanda Brate. Brate has time, drops it off to Liebedor. Under 14 to go here before halftime. The Thunder nursing a 1-0 lead. Tries to get it to Orweiler. Won by the foot of Mummert, but Orweiler gets it to the near side. Kishkunis, sliding ball, won by Kinsella. Ahead now to the feet. That is Colson through Kinsella, trying to get back to Colson, but the left foot of Amanda Brate gets there first, knocks it into her own bench for another Viking throw-in. It'll be taken by Kelly Johnson. Johnson goes down the sideline to Kinsella. Into the middle, Karsten trying to get there first. That'll be a foul against Augustana as Aaron Colson runs through the back of Laura Karsten, sending her to the turf.
Right now, a little over 13 minutes left in the first half. Wheaton leading 1-0. You have to look for the Thunder to continue to attack up the outsides. Berg hasn't seen the ball in a little while on that far side. Look for her and Shannon to get something going.
So the free kick taken by Brate to Karsten. They're going to just reverse the field now to Campbell and let the Viking defense swing over to the far side of the field. Under 13 to play here in the first half. A 1-0 lead for the Thunder. Right foot by Campbell, into the middle of the field. Does not have any white jerseys there, so it's going to be instead won by Caitlin Kinsella. Kinsella to Boson. Ahead to Colson to the outside and Higuchi, and that'll roll out of bounds. The turf really playing quick today with that wind blowing left to right. Quick throw in by the Thunder to Shannon. Shannon back to Campbell. Ball along the far sideline all the way back to Amanda Brate now, who's going to have time and will swing it to Liebador. Liebador has probably had a good majority of the touches for the Thunder today. Now near side to Kishkunis, who has space as Winkleman comes over, trying to cut off the advance. Winkleman, who was beat last time by Kishkunis up the sideline, slow plays it, and Kishkunis will drop it back to Liebador. Middle of the field, Karsten. Karsten in the circles across the midline. Ball on her left foot now. Winkleman's over on the defense, and it's taken away by Taylor Mosley. Mosley attacking for the Vikings, has help in Colson. Campbell overruns the ball, and Ann Turner takes it away for the Thunder. Megan Campbell, ball deflected, taken away by Winkleman. Campbell trying to hurry back. Winkleman's blocking her off the ball. Far side, Higuchi, right-footed chip, and that is wide left and over the net.
Just the communication in the back broke down there. I think the Thunder found themselves in a vulnerable position, and aside from the communication, as a defender, you never want to dribble it out of the back, especially if you've got a forward streaking onto you. If anything, you need to touch it to the side and then go down the line, but never want to dribble it up the middle out of the back.
On the free kick for the Thunder, the flick-on header missed by Kolpman and head to Kinsella, moving towards the top of the box, left foot, and collected on the one skip by Allen as Aaron Colson runs on for the Vikings. Maddie Allen will be forced to punt it away. Off her right foot is going to be one over the foot now of Higuchi. Higuchi does get the foot on it the second time, back to Boson. Boson right across midfield, tries to get it to Kinsella, gets it over Kishkunis if Kinsella can catch up and surround the ball, and she does. Kinsella, right foot, deflected by Liebador, taken away by Kishkunis, and Kishkunis has space to bring it up against Winkleman. Turns towards the middle of the field, swings it across to Carrie Shannon, too far, but Holtrop is there for the Vikings, now won by Karsten. Kolpman has it taken away by Winkleman, and Winkleman has it taken away by Turner. Now Kishkunis, right foot ahead to Orweiler. Orweiler is going to get a run out along the near sideline. Kelly Johnson's trying to get back to cut it off for the Vikings, and it's going to be played out of bounds off of Johnson. That'll be a Thunder corner kick.
Another good opportunity for Wheaton, and Kishkunis earlier you saw her avoid playing the long ball because she had space in front of her. This time she's got a defender stepping towards her. Nice ball, long over the top, finding Orweiler into the attacking third.
It'll be Colson and Kinsella sent to the near corner to defense it for the Vikings, and they will go short corner again. Orweiler feeds, sets up Kishkunis, swings the right foot through. Kopelman can't get the head to it, sent to the far side of the box. Left-footed volley by Campbell, deflected away by the Vikings. Header one on by Ann Turner, tries to send it back into the box, and Mary Pat Holtrup will clear it out for the Vikings. 9.5 to go. Amanda Brate's going to send it back into the box. Knocked into the air by Kelly Johnson. Kinsella mistouched into the box, and Mummer fortunately clears it away for the Vikings before Orweiler can get there. Header one by Liebador. Liebador's going to win the next one too. Right foot volley sent on by Kishkunis, and this one's going to be one in the back for the Vikings. Played ahead to Mosley. Mosley can't win the touch. Kopelman stops on the ball, reverses direction, stays on it. Now cuts right up the middle of the field. Kopelman moving towards the top of the box, setting up the right foot. Right foot wide to the right side. That'll be a goal kick. Substitution on for the Vikings. It will be Gina Aducci checking in for Colson.
Good stuff, creating her own shot by Kopelman there. She was awarded the CCIW Women's Soccer Player of the Week this past week, had 3 goals and an assist, but really her options were limited as Wheaton had nobody out wide for her.
Kopelman wins the header off of the goal kick. And now here come the Vikings with Winkleman. Winkleman up the middle of the field. Gets a lot of that one, and it's going to be collected on the second hop by Maddie Allen in the back for the Thunder and rolls it right out to Brate. Brate spins on top of the ball, plays it to the near side, and Liebador. Liebador with time will play it back to Brate. Brate has it on her right foot, running onto it now. Aducci, as it looks like they've brought in Aducci to put some fresh legs and pressure on the Thunder back line. Through Karsten, now to Liebador. 8:08 to play here in the first half. A 1-goal lead for the Thunder as they lead the number 5 ranked team in the land, the Augustana Vikings. Ann Turner steps over the ball, plays right foot back to Liebador. Chipped ahead to Kishkunis, who can't quite get the foot to that one. Out to the near side, subs for both teams.
Looks like Jen Lee is going to check in. for the Thunder. She's going to grab Campbell.
Allison Frickman on for the Vikings, replacing Taylor Mosley. So it looks like they'll get Mosley a breather for the last 7.5 minutes of the first half. Throw in by Johnson, one by Liebedor. Brought down to the ground by Berg, but leaves it for Kishkunis, and she'll play it out of bounds off the foot of Winkleman. Kishkunis to take the throw in. Comes to Kopelman along the midline. Turns and faces Winkleman. And will continue to run along the midline, now moving up towards the top of the circle. Right foot to the outside, and Orweiler. Header won by Holtrup. Next header's won by Boson, and it's to Winkleman in the middle of the field. Kopelman trying to catch up and does before it's played out to Higuchi. Higuchi drops back Holtrup. Holtrup right foot ahead, won by Karsten. Has Aducci running on her, but Karsten will settle. Plays back to Brait, under 7 to go here in the first half. Brait switches direction, plays to the far side to Jen Lee. And Lee plays that one right out of bounds. Was looking for Shannon. They say it's deflected off the body of Aducci. Nope, of Higuchi, excuse me. As Val Lilly checks in for Brittany Berg.
Okay, so now you're going to have Lilly, Orweiler, and Kopelman up top. Kishkunis still on the left, Turner in the middle. On the right side, you've got Shannon, I believe, still. And then in the back, Lee, Brait, and Liebedor, with Carson playing ahead of Brait.
This is Ann Turner to Liebedor. Counting down on 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Balls to Val Lilly, loses it. Taken away by Frickman. Frickman for the Vikings gives it away to Carson on the pass, looking for Aducci at the top of the formation. Now this is Liebedor on the left foot, plays to Orweiler. One to Orweiler, played through to Kopelman. Kopelman moving it with her right foot, steps on it, leaves it for Turner. Turner's got room, and now to the outside, tries to get Orweiler into the box. Off her line is the keeper. Kopelman's going to settle. Has time, right foot, and that'll be sent out of bounds. Goal kick.
Good idea, though, by Kopelman, as she saw the keeper well off her line, chest it down, tried to take a quick hit on it, just couldn't drive it towards the frame.
So Radloff will take the free kick for the Vikings. Under 5.5 to play here in the first half. This has really been a half possession-wise that's been dominated by the Thunder against a really good Augustana attack.
And you look at the shot total at 5-4 right now in favor of the Thunder. Wheaton has, as you said, possessed much better than that 5-4 shot total would suggest.
Both teams with 2 of those shots on goal. Obviously, the header by Kopelman has put the Thunder ahead right now with 5 minutes to go. Kishkunis sends it on the ground to Orweiler. Nice ball across the middle of the field, and Orweiler's now got room to run. Orweiler moving towards the left side of the field. Will stop at the top of the box, reverse, leaves it for Kishkunis, sets up the right foot, and pushes it wide of the post.
She just tried to place that one, and I think maybe just hit it a little too timidly, as she saw that she was going to have an opportunity, wanted to put it on frame so much that she just didn't come all the way through on the ball.
And a nice job by Orweiler to set up the right foot of Kishkunis, as we're under 4.5 to play now in the first half. Radloff's been busy with goal kicks over the last 10 minutes. This one will be won by Carrie Shannon, who didn't quite see that one coming out of the sun. Almost surprised she won that. Taken to her feet, now tries to split a pair of defenders, can't do it, and is played to Kinsella for the Vikings. Kinsella back to Winkleman. Winkleman's pass ahead, taken away by Liebedor. To the far side now, Jen Lee. Left foot ahead to Shannon. Shannon moves past Holtrup now. Now she's loose on the attacking third, has Val Lilly ahead of her. Will slow the run, though. Under 4 to play here in the first half. Lilly still on trying to win it through Holtrup, who has got back in defense, and Holtrup's going to play it out of bounds for a Thunder throw-in. 3:45 to go. Jen Lee quickly plays it to Kopelman.
Wheaton still in front 1-0 here late in the first half.
And Kopelman kind of lost where she was on the field, dribbled that one right out of bounds. 3.5 to go here in the first half. Viking throwing on the far side. Comes up the field to Higuchi. Higuchi back to Holtrup. Left foot up the sideline. Trying to get it to Aducci. And Karsten there for the Thunder. Aducci tries to play over Karsten. Can't quite do it. And Karsten settling and tripped up by Aducci. That'll be a foul against the Vikings. Just to clarify, we have a Higuchi and an Aducci on the field for the Vikings. As Brait takes the free kick, it's going to reverse the field to Liebedor. Liebedor at the midline all alone as Aducci comes over for the Vikings. 3 minutes to play. Left foot by Liebedor towards the top of the box, looking for Val Lilly. Header won by Holtrup. Loose in the box, cleared out by the Vikings. That's Margaret Hoscheit. Nice step there by Jen Lee. Ahead to carry Shannon, headed out by Mummert. To the far side to Holbert, and Holbert's going to clear it out ahead to Aducci. Aducci's going to have Karsten, Brait, and now Liebedor to beat, but Karsten gets there first and plays it to Brait, who plays past Aducci. Near side Liebedor with 2.5 to play. Thunder looking for an insurance goal to head into the locker room. Back to Brait. Now back to Liebedor. Liebedor with Frickman guarding the ball away from Kishkunis will go on the right foot ahead to Orweiler instead. Back of the heel flick to Kopelman. Plays through a sliding tackle by Kelly Johnson. Still on the ball. Now it's taken away by Winkleman, who's been very solid in the first half for the Vikings. Winkleman's through the legs of Kishkunis, taken away by Liebedor. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Liebedor past Frickman. Still moving the ball middle of the field to Ann Turner. Ann Turner steps on the ball, reverses past Kinsella. Has Kopelman, top of the box. Kopelman across the top of the box, now Lilly. Orweiler, this is Shannon, right-footed chip, and it's over the mouth of the goal, and the Vikings will knock it to the near side, and Frickman, 1:40 to go. This is Winkleman as the Vikings try to get on the scoreboard before halftime, ahead to Aducci. Aducci has Karsten in her face. Thought she had a runner down the near sideline, and instead is going to send it into the corner. That ball's going to stay in play for Amanda Brait. Brait tracks it down with 1:20 to go, and we now have video available for you on WETN. Brait now near side to Liebedor. 1:15 to play. Liebedor with the left foot. Wynn's going to keep it in play as Lilly tries to run on. It's headed out instead by Mummert. Sub on for the Thunder is going to be Grace McKenzie, replacing Kopelman for the last minute here.
Number 20, Grace McKenzie, replacing number 2, Allie Kopelman. Checking in for Augustana, number 15, Bridget Shrigley.
Shrigley checks in, the freshman. Going to take out Higuchi.
Kishkunis to take the throw in for the Thunder. Fakes to the back, and Liebedor had Frickman running, and instead will go long down the sideline over the head of Val Lilly, won by the Vikings. Now Winkleman plays off the thigh of Orweiler, trying to get there Liebedor, and Frickman will play it off the face of Liebedor and out of bounds. 30 seconds to play. She'll leave it for Kelly Johnson to take the throw in. Throw in by Johnson. Played off the body of Shrigley, won by Liebedor. And this is Boson over for the Vikings. Won there by Kishkunis. Header by Lilly. McKenzie almost there in time for the Thunder. 15 seconds to go. Ball in the middle of the field. Ann Turner plays it back to Karsten. Near side Liebedor. Under 10 to play here. And the Thunder, by all barring of disaster here, now back to Brait. Far side Jin Lee, and now it's halftime for the Thunder here. They will take the lead into the locker room with a very impressive first half against the undefeated Vikings of Augustana.
And this is a Viking team that has got to be thinking going into the second half, how are we going to score against this Thunder team? Because the opportunities that they had, aside from maybe one, were not that great of opportunities. The 2 shots they had on goal were dribblers into the hands of Allen, and Wheaton really showing that they were a superior team possession-wise, and the shot total is going to say that as well when we take a look at the statistics in a bit.
The Thunder have been waiting to send a message here in the CCIW as they finished off the opponents they needed to through the first 3 games, and they've really sent a message here in the first half as they took the possession, went into the wind, went into the sun, and they're going to go to the locker room with a 1-0 lead. We're going to come back with some more first half breakdown, some more first half statistics, and a look ahead to the second half. You're listening to the voice of the Thunder, WETN.
Teams always appreciate deep
is Jessica Dodds, definitely capable of making something happen up front. I'm not she is actually going to be on the field as we begin the second half. She was off on the bench at the end of the first half, but I think going against the wind, Rusty, might actually benefit Augustana, especially if you look at head coach Scott Mazia as telling his team, look, we're going against the wind. We need to play possession. We need to play to feet. And with 3 defenders on that back line for the Thunder and then Karsten playing in front, they could look to find Dodds on a ball on the ground moving forward.
So the Thunder with a pair of advantages here in the second half. One, you will have the wind at your back now, which is going to help your aerial passing. On the other hand, the sun is going to be setting into the eyes of Radloff in the goal for the Vikings as she gets over there and will have to shield her eyes, especially the farther we get towards the end of this game. That sun's going to set over the top of the BGC, and it's going to really be in the eyes of the defender, or the goalkeeper. Augustana with the first possession of the second half, and it's already taken away, getting a foot by Shannon. This is Higuchi for the Vikings, trying to play back to Holtrop, back to the feet of Hoscheit through Boson, and now back to Radloff in the box for the Vikings. Radloff will drop it to the far side of the field for Kelly Johnson, and back to Radloff. She'll now go up the middle, getting there first. Kopelman back into the box, Radloff, and an easy pickup for the Viking keeper. On the field to start the second half for the Thunder, Orweiler and Berg up top, Kopelman, Shannon, Kishkunis at midfield, Karsten the defensive mid, and then Turner, Liebador, Campbell, and Brait, and then Maddie Allen in goal. This is Brait getting a foot to it before Mosley can get there. Header won by Boson. Played to the near side through Winkleman. Kerry Shannon's going to get there first for the Thunder. Getting a foot through the back is Higuchi to Winkleman. And Turner can't quite get around Mosley, but does slow Mosley enough that Brait gets the foot on the clearance for the Thunder. Header won by Hoscheit. Into the middle for Boson, flick on header. And Laura Karsten comes running forward to win it for the Thunder. Now Kopelman. Far side going to be one on the head of Kelly Johnson. And played through Dodds. As Aaron Colson goes sprinting past Liebador, trying to get there in time for the Vikings, and does right at the end line. Played to Mosley on the far side of the box, marked up by Turner. Into the middle for Dodds, and Kopelman will take it and clear it out for the Thunder. That'll be a Viking throw-in on the far side, minute and a half into the second half here.
The Thunder midfielders have got to be intentional. Despite having the wind at their backs, they must possess and continue to move into space.
Liebador gets a foot to the run there. Kelly Johnson will knock it back towards the inline. Has enough backspin. Colson gets there for the Vikings, but Liebador takes it away right away. And a right-footed clearance ahead into the body of Boson. Kopelman trying to settle and does. Plays it to the near side, trying to get to Shannon. Holtrop will have to hurry, but will get there for the Vikings with Berg running on. Plays to Winkleman. Winkleman up the middle to Mosley. Has Ann Turner marked on her back. Misses Dodds, but Kopelman gets there through a trip. Staying on the ball as Dodds and Kopelman go down. Kishkunis to right foot to the near side, and that will roll out of bounds into the Thunder bench.
This is where you need to step up and mark up if you're a defender or a midfielder.
A lot of times with that ball going back and forth, as Campbell knees it out of play, it just takes one slip up on marking, and this is a Viking team that can put the ball in the back of the net very successfully. Mosley turning past Turner, moving towards the middle of the field, sets up the right foot, tries to get Colson too far across the end line for a goal kick for the Thunder.
Yeah, Colson has proved, though, that she's got speed on that far side. Wheaton's got to make sure they find her when the ball's on the strong side, because coming in on the weak side, that's where this team's going to be dangerous.
The question for Colson's going to be, does she have the legs to sustain the rest of the second half? She's done a lot of up and down running for the Vikings. Amanda Brait with the right foot off the head of Boson, trying to get there. Karsten going to be won instead by Winkleman for the Vikings. Taylor Mosley turns, moving on towards the top of the box. And Ann Turner with a great touch for the Thunder, getting just enough to slow down Mosley, who is about to turn past Brait. Kerry Shannon will punch it out for the Thunder. Knocked back ahead there by Hoscheit. To Boson. Near side Holtrop. Holtrop going to be won by Campbell and sent into the Viking bench. And now the Thunder seem like they're more on the defensive than the offensive.
And it's a funny thing because we saw this on the reverse side last half. And going against the wind really forces a team to play possession, which is much easier to move it up the field. You keep the foot. You keep your foot on the ball and avoid those 50-50 balls in the air.
Great defense by Ann Turner. We've seen it a couple times, slowing down Mosley as she tries to turn into the box. Campbell plays past the foot of Karsten. Turnover in the offensive third for the Vikings as this is Colson. Colson into the box for Mosley. Trying to chip back to Winkleman, and Kopelman gets the left foot to it, sending it to the far sideline. Kishkunis can't get there in time. Throw-in for the Vikings, taken by Kelly Johnson. Down the sideline to Aaron Colson. Colson turning towards the middle of the field, dropping it back to Johnson. Middle to Boson. Boson turns over her right shoulder, left foot in now for Higuchi. Volleys it up, still trying to win it with Campbell on her back, and plays it back to Dodds. Dodds far side Colson. Left-footed chip into the box. Going to be won by Turner. Right-footed hit by Dodds. Chested down, and we're going to have a handball called against Turner. This is going to be a penalty for the Vikings.
That's a tough call as the shot just came right up and hit her hand. Usually you'll see that as being unintentional or the ball hitting the hand as opposed to the hand hitting the ball, and there is a difference. If your hand hits the ball, that means your hand's coming to meet the ball. And unfortunately, it just looked like the ball met Turner's hand.
And it will be Mosley to take it against Maddie Allen. 40-25 to go. The clock is stopped. The Vikings trying to get the equalizer.
She's 1 for 1 in penalty kicks on the year.
Allen sets up in the middle, gets a squibber, and it rolls over the hands of Maddie Allen, who guessed right. Just couldn't quite knock it out, and the Vikings tie it up. 1-1 our score, as we've got a whole new game now. The Vikings come out of halftime, they make the adjustments, and Mosley gets the penalty into the back of the net.
The breaks have to go your way if you want to continue advancing in soccer. And granted, we're not in the conference tournament right now, just the regular season schedule, but this is a big game against two teams that find themselves at the top of the conference.
Shannon possessing for the Thunder, moving towards the middle of the field. Looking to the far side of the field, has Kishkunis. Kishkunis plays herself into the box. Hoshite gets it now. Boson trying to get to Higuchi, and Higuchi will send it forward looking for Mosley, but Turner's there for the Thunder. Played back to Dodds. Dodds right foot forward to Colson on the far side. Colson has Liebedor in front of her. Top of the box in now to Mosley. Mosley trying to get past Turner, won't do it. Turner clears it out. Now left-footed hit by Boson, blocked down and cleared out by Shannon, and it's all Augustana offensively right now. Kelly Johnson with Kishkunis running up on her back, plays right foot and out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in for Liebedor for the Thunder. They will wait for that second ball to roll off the field. So Liebedor for the throw-in for the Thunder. 40 minutes remaining here from Joe Bean Stadium, tied at 1 between the number 12 and number 5 ranked teams in the country as Kishkunis is tripped up on the far sideline. That'll be a foul against the Vikings.
And a penalty kick was scored by number 8, Taylor Mosley.
Quickly played into Bray. It's going to play it into Turner now at the midline. Turner will play it near side to Campbell. Higuchi running on, gets the step, and it's taken back by Holtrup for the Vikings. Popped into the air, header won by Campbell. Berg trying to get back, but the footer of Holtrop is there first. Campbell plays past Karsten to Brait. And Brait will get the left foot ahead to Kishkunis. Kishkunis has it taken away. This is Boson now running forward. Now Kishkunis gets back for the Thunder. Left-footed pass by Boson will get at the feet of Campbell, and she tries to send Orweiler into some space into the attacking third. And played out for the Vikings on the far sideline, so the Thunder an opportunity to advance the ball now, as that was Mummert who just cleared it out for Augustana. Liebedor's throwing down the far side to Orweiler. Taken back by Boson. Nobody there for the Vikings, so Laura Karsten has time. Plays back to the far side into the offensive half to Liebedor. Liebedor tries to get to Berg. Too far, and then it'll roll across the end line. Berg a step slow to get there. That'll be a goal kick for Augustana.
And in the first half, with the wind going against you, that ball probably would have slowed up enough for Berg to run onto it. But with the wind at your back, touch becomes so important.
Goal kick from Ratloff. Won by Kolpeman ahead. Orweiler tracking it down for the Thunder. Plays it along the sideline, and Kelly Johnson's going to shield her from it, and it'll roll across the end line for a Viking throw-in. Kelly Johnson will take the throw-in. Header won by Turner. Orweiler back for the Thunder, and again it's out of bounds, and Kelly Johnson will try the throw-in from about the same spot. We'll walk it up the sideline a bit. Turner can't quite get the head on the next one, but Kishkunis is behind her to win it for the Thunder. Right-footed again, looking for Orweiler. Has room to get there, but Kelly Johnson's going to get there first and plays it out of bounds. So a little bit of back and forth now as Kolpeman will take the throw-in for the Thunder. 37-40 remaining as Kolpeman looks to go deep with this one. Looking for Berg in the box. Mummert gets the head to it. Ann Turner gets the foot to it. Brittany Berg with a foot to it. Now it's Shannon, top of the box. Cleared out by Winkleman of the Vikings, but Megan Campbell will keep it there for the Thunder. Shannon can't quite get there in time, and it's cleared out by Augustana, but Amanda Braid is there for the Thunder. Braid to Karsten as Augustana thinks they've got some momentum on the near sideline. Campbell, flick on header from Shannon. Brittany Berg now. Berg sends Orweiler down the sideline, and a whistle goes up. We've got an offsides call, I believe, against Orweiler, and that is indeed the call.
Good composure kept, though, by Brait and Karsten. Thought each of them may have taken one too many touches as the attackers were able to come and body him up, but Wheaton moving it effectively down this near side. That's what you have to see. Get your forwards to the outside and to the end line.
Free kick taken by the Vikings, going to be won by Higuchi of Augustana. Karsten will play it on the ground to Kopelman outside the Shannon on the near side. Higuchi back to get in front of her. Splits a pair of defenders to Kopelman. Kopelman's got some space now, moving into the attacking third outside to Orweiler. Orweiler stays in stride, right-footed cross. Past the far post. Kishkunis is there to send it back. Headed by Kopelman, and the Thunder take the lead back.
That was beautiful.
Kopelman with her second header goal as you send it across to the left side, and Kishkunis with a brilliant one-touch back to the middle of the field, and Kopelman's there to bury it again.
And that was right at the keeper, but just headed so hard right under the crossbar. Should be a double assist on that play, you would think. Orweiler, then Kishkunis, and Kopelman with the finish.
So Orweiler and Kishkunis gets the assist for Orweiler. That is assist number 6. For Kopelman, goal number 8, and for Kishkunis, assist number 5. So thanks for getting back in the game, Augustana, but the Thunder will retake that lead. 2-1 our score, 36.5 remaining. A new energy again back in the Thunder dugout to our right as the Vikings relegated back to sitting as they had been up chirping a little bit to our left. Now Orweiler running down the far sideline. Orweiler's past Mummert into the box, has Berg at the far post, plays through, deflected by the keeper, but nobody there to clean it up for the Thunder. Clearance going to be taken by Kopelman. Trying to get to it is Dodds, and now it's Karsten at midfield, outside to Liebedor. Liebedor right foot ahead, trying to get Kishkunis there first for the Vikings is Kelly Johnson. Now Higuchi. Back to Winkleman, who's been active all afternoon for the Vikings, but Karsten gets the header. Left foot by Bosen, ahead to Dodds. Plays to Mosley, Karsten there to mark up, and Mosley's looking for space. Trying to move past Karsten, drops outside Bosen. Bosen has a right foot wide to the right, and that'll be a goal kick.
And that space has got to be closed a lot quicker if you're the Thunder defense or the midfield. Must see that runner coming up the middle.
Brait was coming on, and she had cut off the angle. But as you mentioned, just had the opportunity to get to swing towards the far post against the angle if she wanted to. Brait will take the free kick. Brought down by Orweiler. Keeps it on her left foot. Now we'll play ground to carry Shannon on the near side. Shannon looking for options. Splits a double team. Moving towards the middle of the field into the attacking third. Still on the ball through a defender. Still on the ball. Top of the box. Sets up the left foot. Blocked by Mummert. And cleared out by Kelly Johnson.
Good stuff, though, just taking what the defense gives her. Shannon, terrific job, just sidestep, 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 take a shot. Unfortunately, Augie D was right there.
And that rolls across the inline. That'll be a goal kick for the Vikings. 34-20 to go. The Thunder back on top 2-1 after Kopelman's second of the day. Goal kick by the Vikings, going to be one on the head of Winkleman. Dodds will play it ahead for the Vikings with Turner coming back in the defense. And this is Karsten's right foot that plays it ahead. Orweiler has the run past the back line, coming off her line, Radloff. And a great sliding tackle and a grab by the Viking keeper.
And that's the wind coming into play, Rusty. That ball would not have gotten over the heads of that Augie D in the first half.
Radloff's punt going to be brought down by Kishkunis, still continuing to control, and we'll play it back to Liebedor. Those two with terrific chemistry together along the far sideline. And this is off the head of Mummert. That'll be a corner for the Thunder. And if they can hurry, they might get the Vikings out of position. Now a lot of blue shirts back into the box.
The extra time will give Wheaton a little bit of time to move their players up as well. It looks like we're going to put one on the keeper, that's Liebedor, and then 4 in the box, 1 filling space towards the top of the box.
And it looks like they're setting up short as Kishkunis has help with Orla. There's a short corner, right-footed swing by Kishkunis. Over the top, and it's wide across the mouth of the goal. And it'll be sent out to the near side across the end line, and the Thunder will try the corner from the other side now.
Great corner, just over the outstretched arms of Radloff again, and good stuff by the Augie D, getting ahead on it and keeping it moving.
We've heard from Coach Felsky all season that his team has struggled on corner kicks, and they've really looked good today. They've executed one, but Kishkunis has put the ball there all afternoon. Looks like she will send this one deep as she steps it off from the right corner. As Orweiler there, if she chooses to go short, she will go deep. Looking to the far post. Kopelman too high. And Karsten thought Kopelman was going to go up and get it. Now this is the counterattack by Aaron Colson. Plays it into the middle of the field. Taylor Mosley. Mosley collects. Megan Campbell's there to slow her momentum. And Winkleman will play it past Kopelman. No, excuse me, this is now Winkleman. Sends it to Higuchi. Orweiler hustling all the way into the back now as Higuchi plays left foot. Has Colson blocked by Megan Campbell. And a sliding block. Nope, that was Liebedor coming across to save Maddie Allen and forces a corner kick.
And good stuff by Orweiler getting all the way back, but she made it a little bit harder on herself, taking a quick step before the ball was played through.
Holtrop's going to take the right-footed swing, and that will be knocked out by Campbell. Didn't know Allen was coming on her back, but just reactionary anyhow, and the Vikings will try it again. Second corner of the afternoon, second consecutive now for the Vikings, and it'll be Higuchi at the near corner, and now she will send Holtrop left. As they will try to corral the ball there with that slope, and it'll now be a left-footed kick for Higuchi. Puts the hands up on the approach. Sending it in towards the top. It's a left-footed volley by Dodds, but it's too high, and that'll be out of bounds for a goal kick.
And really, you want to hit that near post if you're Augustana. That was well done, finding someone towards the penalty area, but at 5'9", Mosley presents a pretty solid target.
It'll be Brait to take the free kick or the goal kick for the Thunder. 31 minutes remaining here in the second half. The Thunder on top 2-1. Popped up by Holtrop. We'll play it past Shannon, but Campbell gets a foot to it. Now Berg's going to see if she can outrun the defender to this one. Having to hurry is Hoscheit, and Hoscheit's going to have to play it out, and Berg with the hustle forces Hoscheit to touch it out of bounds.
That's why you never give up on a play, and Brittany's seen that through the course of her career as a Thunder soccer player, and just the extra effort of covering twice the amount of distance the defender had to cover when in Wheaton the corner kick.
And that's a huge momentum play, because with the success that they've had, you're looking at a possible insurance goal here. Kishkunis will step off the D. Well, nope, they'll play short to Orweiler. Orweiler along the inline, looking for options. Now plays left foot into the box. Had Turner near post. Kishkunis gets another touch to it, trying to outrun Higuchi. Kishkunis stays on the ball, touched out by Higuchi. Corner for the Thunder, and the effort plays continue to go Wheaton's way.
Good use of the body by Caitlin, just trying to keep the ball away from her defender. Another corner for the Thunder.
Kishkunis has it stepped off deep. This time she will take the deep kick. Looking far post. Has options. Header up into the air. Still loose. Turner gets a foot to it. Still loose. Deflected up into the air. Orweiler running in. Left-footed volley. Getting for there first is Mummert. And we're going to have a foul called against Orweiler.
Yeah, exactly. Her left-footed volley came across on the thigh of Mummert, I believe. So that is a foul. Free kick in the box for Augustana. Wheaton in front 2-1. 29.5 minutes left in regulation.
Numerous opportunities there for the Thunder to add that third goal. They can't convert. Now Augustina's got an opportunity with one shot to tie this one up. Shannon on the ball. Right foot to Kopelman. Kopelman mistouches. She's going to be able to get there in time. As Orweiler outside will play Orweiler. Orweiler down the sideline, turning towards the end line, looking for help. Looking for Kopelman. Getting there first. I believe that's Boson, and it is. Cleared out by Hoscheit. Orweiler can't keep it in bounds on the turn. That'll be a Viking throw-in.
Still in good position here for the Thunder, though. You see Campbell steps all the way up into the attacking third to mark up.
Throw-in comes to Winkleman from Holtrop. Winkleman moves past Shannon, trying to get it to Mosley, but Karsten cuts it off, and now it's Campbell there in time for the Thunder. Back to Karsten towards the middle of the field, now near side to carry Shannon. Great triangle passing there by the Thunder, and Shannon's got space. Holtrop knew what was coming, gets the deflection, but Orweiler's back in time, moving towards the middle of the field. Continues to turn past Winkleman. Left-footed hit to the far side. Had Kishkunis running and a step too far. But a good idea from Orweiler to Kishkunis.
It was a good idea. It looked like they were going to have to call her off sides if she was able to make a play on the ball. But most players, Rusty, probably would have let that ball go out for a Thunder throw here on the near side. Orweiler says no thanks. She'll take it all the way horizontal across and look for a goal-scoring opportunity towards the side of the 6.
Something to watch as we progress here. It almost looks like the Vikings are cheating to the outside to try to take away the sideline passing. So you might have a situation where they're going to give Shannon loose towards the corner of the box. Shannon's going to have to take that, just turn it upfield and look for a shot opportunity.
You're going to see McKenzie come in here for Kopelman.
20, Grace McKenzie, replacing number 2.
She'll check in up top, and what that's going to do is push Orweiler back towards the midfield.
Megan Campbell to take the throw-in for the Thunder. Comes into Shannon. Back by Higuchi. Shannon continues to fight for it, but the Vikings will keep it. As Karsten out-muscles Mosley for that one. Orweiler with the ball at the midfield. Left foot looking for Kishkunis. Deflected by Kelly Johnson. Taken by Dodds for the Vikings. Plays through Orweiler to Winkleman. Campbell there again. Campbell near side to Shannon. Holtrop coming up for the Vikings this time. Sheehan splits the double team to Orweiler. Orweiler will have to outrun Boson. Stops again. Moves over the ball, tries to turn around. Boson's not going anywhere. And now Orweiler turns, and that'll be a foul called as Boson gets the foot of Orweiler. But a nice spot for a free kick for the Thunder. It'll be about 10 yards off the corner of the 18.
Great spot for a free kick, but excellent job by Orweiler. Also excellent job by Boson as you're taught, get the man or the ball, and she was keeping Orweiler in front of her the entire time. When she couldn't get the ball, she clipped the man a bit.
Brait to take the free kick. It'll be Mackenzie, Turner, Shannon, Berg, Kishkunis in the box on the far side. She will leave Campbell outside. Spins it in towards the far post. Loses it. She goes down, and they can't get there in time, and the Vikings clear it out. Campbell can't win the next header. Higuchi will send it for a clearance for a short time. Sent back in by Brait. Header won by Hoshite. And headed out of bounds by Holtrop. Throw in taken by Campbell. Going to try to send McKenzie down the sideline. Holtrop is there to win the header. Higuchi will send the clearance over Campbell. And Shannon plays it out of bounds off the legs of Laura Karsten. Throw in to be taken by the Vikings and Holtrop. 25-40 remaining in this one. The Thunder hold a 2-1 lead. Goes along down the sideline for Mosley. Guarded by Karsten. Karsten will just send it back with her right foot. Holtrop will advance this one about 15 yards down the near sideline for another throw-in. We'll go again to Mosley. Marked up by Karsten. Left-footed send on to Higuchi, and Campbell gets a step on it for the Thunder. Cleared back to Holtrop. Right foot in towards the top of the box. Won by Dodge for the Vikings. Turn, steps over the ball, has a double team. Trying to get past Turner, can't do it. Plays it back to the near side, Higuchi. Higuchi pops this one up into the box. Coming on Colson, but Liebedor wins the header for the Thunder. Liebedor again trying to get the clearance now as Dodds continues to fight for it for the Vikings. Now Kishkunis comes loose with the ball. Loses it to Boson as her and Orweiler were trying to set up a counter run down the far sideline. Colson sends it in over the goal. And Carrie Shannon's there for the Thunder with space to bring it up the near sideline. Instead, will play through the air. Grace McKenzie will run past Holtrop and will come down to pressure Hoshite as that one rolls out of bounds past the Thunder bench.
24.5 minutes left here in regulation. Wheaton in front 2-1, and another opportunity for the mids to step up and the D to step up. Mark up and keep Augie back in their own defensive third.
Just a reminder, this is the first game of a doubleheader here tonight at Joe Bean Stadium. The Wheaton men will be in action against Augustana with a 7 o'clock kickoff. Ball on the far side to Kelly Johnson. Johnson plays back to Mummert. And Mummer will just chip this one ahead to the midfield as Dodds turns to her right shoulder past Turner. Stops, plays back to Boson at the midfield. Marked up by Orweiler and swings it near side to Holtrop, who's been increasingly active for the Vikings. Plays it past Shannon into the feet of Karsten. And Karsten clears it out across the midline where it's collected by Hoshite. Hoshite near side Holtrop. Holtrop trying to get it to Mosley, but the header won by Campbell. Now this is Grace McKenzie. Plays it outside to Carrie Shannon. Looking into the middle for Berg, but Mummert's there for the Vikings. And Berg's telling her she wants to send rather than the spot ball. Now Kishkunis works through a double team. She's got room to run. Stops on the ball. Plays it back to Liebedor. Liebedor on the midline now, working past Aaron Colson, moving into the middle of the field. Ball still on her feet. Past Boson to Berg. Berg works around a sliding tackle, gets it to McKenzie. Send back to Liebedor. Left-footed hit. Had the pace, but wide left.
High to the near post, low to the far post. She went high to the near post, just missed wide.
And Jin Lee will check on for the Thunder. She will give Carrie Shannon a break. So Lee will take the far corner. You'll push Liebedor up to the midfield on the right side. You've got the back line of Lee, Brait, and Campbell. Liebedor takes over the midfield on the right side with Orweiler, Turner, and Kishkunis. Keep McKenzie and Berg up, and Karsten to defensive mid. McKenzie wins the header to Berg. Berg trying to send herself into the box, has the angle, but Radloff again comes off her line aggressively to make the sliding grab.
Her speed creates so many opportunities for the Thunder.
And Radloff there to connect for the Vikings. Now this is Jen Lee. Loses it off the feet of a sliding Dodds. And it'll be a Thunder throw-in, 22-15 remaining. Quick throw-in coming again to Berg. Turner plays it into the sliding Dodds. Dodds ahead to Mosley. Back to Winkleman in the circle. Near side the Holtrop as the Vikings swing the ball to the near side. Liebedor running on. It's played back through the legs of Mosley, and Karsten will take it away to Orweiler, who has space. Orweiler past Boson, just too quick for her. Boson trying to get the angle to catch up. Now it's played to the far side. Kishkunis has some space. Kishkunis trying to get it back to Orweiler. Lost it, but Berg's going to chip into the box. Liebedor will try to get the run on it too far. That'll be a goal kick for the Vikings with 21 and a half minutes remaining.
Looks like checking in is going to be Kinsella for the Vikings. She will get Dodds.
Kinsella saw about 10 minutes of action in the first half, and she will take over on the top of the formation for the Vikings. Thunder looking for their 10th straight victory. Orweiler wins the header off the goal kick. Next header is won by Hoscheit, and it's back to Kishkunis. Kishkunis plays at the midline to Ann Turner. Looked for the swing, instead will step past Kinsella. Back to Kishkunis. Kishkunis steps and spins on the ball. Now we'll drop it to Liebedor. Liebedor flick on header, but nobody running on, and that'll give Radloff an opportunity to grab this one uncontested. Under 21 to go here from Joe Bean Stadium. The Thunder on top 2-1. Radloff's punt going to be won by the foot of Kishkunis to Grace McKenzie. Chip to the far side if Berg can get there. She's going to have to beat Kelly Johnson, though. And Johnson will let it go out of bounds as Berg goes sprawling into the boards, throws the hands up looking for a foul call, not going to get one.
It's tough to get one as you're running up on a ball that's tough to catch up to already, and your defender shielding. Sub for Augustana, it's going to be Lenke checking in, and she will grab Winkleman.
Number 18,
And she heads to the forward spot. They're going to drop Mosley back towards an attacking midfield spot. Try to switch up the marking there as McKenzie wins the header and goes down hard, colliding with Mummert, but a good spot for a free kick coming here for the Thunder, and Brait's shown the powerful foot to put this one on goal.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Brait wants it or if Kishkunis wants it. As with the wind, both of them probably thinking to put this one towards the far post or on frame. It looks like Brait's going to take it. Kishkunis showing towards the far sideline, and Wheaton sends 5 towards the far side of the top of the box.
McKenzie, Orweiler, Berg, Liebedor, and Turner at the far side of the box. Campbell's going to run on towards the middle of the box. Right-footed send into Radloff, and it's off the crossbar. She rattled the woodwork, but couldn't dip it under, and Radloff is saved for the Vikings.
I mean, Radloff was up there. She had her hand right by the post, but the question is, if that was a bit lower, is one hand going to be able to keep that one from going in with the amount of pace that Brait put on it?
Brait with a wonderful free kick there as Radloff continues to be tested. Her kick's going to finally be won by Turner, near side to Liebedor, who's now at the midfield. Overlapping run by Campbell, but is taken away by Holtrop, and now she's going to have to hurry through a double team. Tries to get it ahead to a running Linky. And now this is Orweiler to McKenzie. McKenzie turns into space. Plays in the middle, had Berg in stride, but too hard. Berg loses it to the Vikings. Now this is Boson on the far side trying to get Colson running. Colson's got a step past Jen Lee, but Lee's able to catch up and just drop it into the middle for Brait, who will clear it away. 18-20 remaining here from Joe Bean. Kinsella playing ahead looking for Colson. Lee's there, and she will win the header. Heads it all the way to the middle for Turner, who turns and swings a volley through, but Boson is there to stop it for the Vikings. Orweiler works past Boson. She's going to have to beat Kinsella and does. Plenty of space ahead as she's racing side by side with Kinsella. Now moving on towards the top of the box. Leaves it for McKenzie. McKenzie's into the box. Cleared out for the time being. Now Liebedor trying to hustle back and win the ball. Can't do it. Ian Turner can't take it away from Taylor Mosley, and now Mosley's got room to run. Mosley is a threat to always score when she has the ball on her feet, and now she will stop and look for help. And played through, deflected by Brait, sent to the near side by Campbell. Liebedor is going to get there with plenty of time, and now she will advance with Higuchi running back to help. Sent ahead, this will be Mummert for the Vikings. Gets a right foot looking for Higuchi. Liebedor is there to send the volley, and Berg's not going to threaten for this one. And Radloff will be able to collect in the back for the Vikings. 17-15 to go in this one.
Wheaton still ahead 2-1. You saw just a possession ago Mosley moving upfield with the ball, and that just happened because Wheaton over-pursued towards their attacking third. At this point in the game, you must be careful not to over-pursue your man.
Grace McKenzie gets this one ahead off the foot of Jen Lee, who's going to join the attack now. She's on the outside of Berg. Berg moving on towards the top of the box, drops it outside to Lee. Left foot towards the middle of the box, played it behind McKenzie, but Liebedor will be able to backtrack for the Thunder. Leaves it for Campbell, back to Liebedor. Liebedor right foot towards the top of the box. Boson gets a foot. Campbell trying to get back. Higuchi just touched it to the outside. That'll be a Thunder throw-in.
Sub here for Wheaton. Kopelman's going to come back in. She's going to grab Liebedor, which will push Berg to the outside right mid position, which Liebedor filled as soon as Jen Lee checked in.
So the Thunder continue to shift the formation just slightly. Throw-in will come to Grace McKenzie. Steps over, going to get it to the end line. Trying to send a cross in, deflected by Hoscheit. Kopelman's there, but Hoscheit's able to clear for the Vikings. Header by Berg, ahead to Orweiler. Orweiler turns past Boson, moving on to the top of the box. Left foot, trying to bend it inside the far post. And that'll be wide to the left, but a good look from Orweiler.
Great look from Orweiler, and better turn setting up that left-footed shot, just escaping the defender right in front of her.
15:50 to go as Radloff will tee up the goal kick here. Approaches and swings the right leg through. It's a low-line drive cutting into the wind. The wind has lessened a little bit, but still gusting pretty good. Left to right across the field here at Joe Bean. Jen Lee back to Kishkunis. Kishkunis loses the touch to Kelly Johnson for the Vikings. Johnson to Mummert. Plays into the middle looking for Kinsella, and Kinsella will step to that one for the Vikings. Now to Boson. Boson will throw it across the midline, and Turner gets the step away from Mosley, and Karsten will clear it away for the Thunder. Headed by Mummert. Now to Kishkunis. Taken up by Colson. Colson plays it into the middle of the field. Now the Vikings with options drop back to Mosley. Mosley about 28 out, and it's deflected by Turner back to Kopelman. Kopelman moving into the attacking half, and you hear Coach Felsky yelling, patience, patience on the attack. To the near side, trying to get a through ball to Berg. Berg can't quite get there. Hoscheit will get there instead, ahead to Mosley. Has Orweiler on her back as she tries to turn, and Orweiler gets the foot to it. Orweiler will advance to pressure Hoscheit, but plays it to Holtrop. Berg will take it away from Holtrop. Moving to her left, steps on the ball, plays outside Kopelman. Kopelman on the near sideline. Picked up by Mary Pat Holtrop. Steps through. Holtrop goes down. Kopelman's now onto the next one. Into the box, trying to turn end line, and it'll be played out for a goal kick, and Mary Pat Holtrop's still down. She got stretched as far as she could, and you worry about the groin there. As looked like she got stuck, stretched all the way out, and went down awkwardly. And she is still down in pain for the Vikings. We're going to have a clock stoppage with 14:04 remaining.
Kopelman, though, great job just continuing to move towards the end line. And the reason she wasn't able to continue towards the near post was because Hoscheit came in and bodied her off the ball. And sometimes you'll see a foul call on that, but that close to the end line, putting Wheaton in that good of an opportunity for a free kick. Rarely you're going to see the center official call something that is regularly called about maybe 15% of the time at that spot in the field.
So both teams will huddle here with 14:04 to go, as they will get one last opportunity to talk and try to figure out for the Vikings how they're going to get the equalizer in, and for the Thunder how they want to A, hold off the Vikings, and B, try to push an insurance goal across and give them some breathing room down the stretch. As the water bottle's all the way around, with the temperature starting to cool off, you worry about some cramping, as you always do when you've got a good sweat worked up and the temperature starts to cool down.
14 minutes left, Rusty. You definitely worry about something like that and a brief pause in the action, but more than that, you have to worry about keeping your mentality at the same mindset, basically. Wheaton needs to continue to attack, possess, find those forwards, and continue to spread wide. You saw Kopelman there was initially towards the middle. When Orweiler got the ball, made that overlapping run outside to the near side, set up this opportunity that resulted in a goal kick for Augustana, which we've yet to see. But Wheaton cannot start playing defensively and cannot just start playing long balls. That's where you get in trouble against a team as good as Augustana.
Shrigley and Frickman come in for the Vikings, replacing the injuring Holtrop as well as Higuchi. They will take over at the wings of the midfield as the goal kick going to be won now by Brittany Berg. Turns past Kinsella, and Berg's into some space, so she continues to fight off Kinsella. Kinsella struggling to keep up, as am I, as that one's finally cleared out by the Vikings. Deflected back into the attacking third by Turner. Clearance going to be coming off the shin of Campbell, and getting there for the Vikings will be Rachel Linke. Linke to Mosley, but Campbell's back for the Thunder. Will knock it to Brait. Brait will have time to settle and clear it away with the right foot with 13.5 to go. Gets it to Kopelman, now taken back by Kinsella for the Vikings. Gets it through the double team to Mosley. Fights backwards with Kopelman coming back in the defense. Plays it to Boson. Boson in the middle of the field. Stops on it, now on her left foot. Looking into the middle. Has Linke. Linke towards the far post, and it's too high, looking upper 90 on the far side.
And that's the one thing you have to watch out for. Well, one of several, obviously, but with everyone basically standing still on that Augustana front line, if a pass goes to the 18, that girl's got to try to create something for herself with everyone else stagnant.
Amanda Brait takes the goal kick, sends a skimmer that's won by the Vikings' Allison Frickman. Out on the far side as Aaron Colson tried to catch up. Looks like Carrie Shannon will be ready to check in for the Vikings' next opportunity. Jin Lee's throw-in comes to Amanda Brait. Brait will just send it ahead. Has Grace McKenzie and Kopelman ahead. Going to be off the body of Hoscheit, and Kopelman wins it for the Thunder. Trying to beat Hoscheit down the far sideline, trying to keep it in play. Can't do it, out of bounds.
12:22 left here in regulation. Wheaton in front, 2-1.
Thunder looking for their 10th consecutive win. This one's played ahead to Frickman. Frickman with space, but it'll be taken to the thigh of Karsten. Cleared back ahead by Boson. Jin Lee will have time to settle with the right foot ahead, and this will be now won by Orweiler to Boson. Now Orweiler turning into some space, has McKenzie ahead of her, going to just go with the right foot, and it's just over the crossbar. Orweiler from about 30 yards out with a pretty good hit.
No, I think she saw Radloff was just a bit off her line. She knows she's got the wind at her back and just put it over the crossbar.
Carrie Shannon comes in, replacing Brittany Berg. 11.5 minutes to go as Radloff takes the goal kick for the Vikings, kicking it right to left. Goes over the head of Frickman, won by Jin Lee. Now to Kishkunis. Kishkunis continues to fight for the ball in space, now with space, and plays ahead to Grace McKenzie. Getting the step there is Shrigley for the Vikings. Now Boson will chip it ahead, trying to get it to Linke, and coming back to win it is Frickman, but no one there as she just sent it to the near side, and it's to Megan Campbell. Left-footed by Amanda Brait. Running on there is Hoscheit, and now this is Orweiler trying to get past Boson. 11 minutes to go. Orweiler ahead to Kopelman, outside to the near side, and Carrie Shannon. And Shannon will drop back with plenty of time to Megan Campbell. Campbell back to Kopelman as she skips past Shannon. Shannon able to put on the brakes and get back to the one touch from Kopelman, and now Campbell's going to advance it with space. Now Kopelman trying to split a double team to McKenzie, and does. Gets the near side to Shannon, works through a deflection, back to McKenzie, now to Shannon, and plays it back near side as the Thunder play a little bit of keep away. Megan Campbell going to send this one towards the top of the box. Flick on header by McKenzie, won by Hoscheit, back to Carrie Shannon. Looking for Kopelman, getting a step is Shrigley, and now Shrigley's on the ball. Sliding tackle by McKenzie. Kopelman there as well. And now this is Grace McKenzie. Down to the right side, going to play it off of Hoshite. That'll be a Thunder corner kick with 10:10 remaining.
Wheaton's corner kick.
And you saw Kishkunis on the outside. As soon as that ball went out of bounds across the end line, she kind of did a little fist pump right down by her side. That's an exciting thing as a player when you see you're going to have an opportunity to create something off a set piece.
Kishkunis and Orweiler to the right corner as Augustana has 3 subs getting ready to check in. Kishkunis swings it in, and Carson couldn't quite get their right foot from Turner's in the back of the net, but they're going to get a foul against Ann Turner as she got a little bit too much contact to give herself some room, but she did bury the shot, so the Vikings catch a break.
Second goal that's been negated for the Thunder on the evening.
Goal kick from the Vikings. Comes ahead. Kishkunis, the only one there, gets the head. Now this is Shrigley for the Vikings. That's coming back is McKenzie to take it away for the Thunder. Sends it to the near side, and Orweiler. A nice touch there from the freshman McKenzie. Orweiler, right foot towards the far post. Radloff thought about coming off to get it, and if the Thunder had a runner, that back post was wide open.
Checking into the game for Augustana, number 11, Ashley Higuchi, number 21.
Higuchi will replace Kinsella for the Vikings.
Caitlin
It'll be
Winkleman.
Dodds back in to replace Frickman, and Linky comes out in the place of Caitlin Winkleman. So all the starters back on the field for the Vikings, minus the injured Mary Pat Holtrop. The goal kick again won by Kishkunis. Played to Orweiler, and she's got Megan Campbell now running down the right side. 8.5 to go as Orweiler stays on the ball and plays to Campbell, who comes back to it. Campbell's going to send Orweiler through a double team and gets the ball to her. Orweiler trying to run past Higuchi. Right-footed cross on the ground off the left foot of Hoshite. That'll be out for another Thunder corner kick.
Yeah, just a missed clearance. The Thunder fortunate there with a little over 8 minutes left in regulation, leading 2-1, trying to double their lead.
Corner kick number 10 coming on the afternoon for the Thunder. And again, it'll be Kishkunis, who has been lethal with the corners. Going to play it just on the ground back to Megan Campbell. Right foot towards the near post. As Grace McKenzie collides with the keeper, that's going to be a corner as the keeper wants a foul call, but the Thunder have a right to that ball as well.
Absolutely. Until the ball is secure in the keeper gloves, that's a 50-50 ball.
Great job by Grace McKenzie pressuring Radloff for this one. We'll see if they go deep with this corner. And they do. Kishkunis sends it in. Shielded. Kopelman far post. Goal number 3 on the night.
Someone's going to have to pick the hats up off the far side of the field.
As that's the hat trick for Allie Kopelman. 3-1 Thunder, 7.5 to play. The Vikings calling for the foul as Grace McKenzie was shielding the keeper just perfectly. It didn't get in her way more than she could legally do, but got just enough. And Kishkunis to Kopelman, and Kopelman's 3rd goal of the night.
It also is Kishkunis' 3rd assist of the night, I believe. Orweiler's got an assist too, as one of them came on a double assist. And Rusty, that does not happen if McKenzie does not track down the ball by the keeper 30 seconds earlier.
You look at the overall framework of this game, there's so many hidden efforts by the Thunder, and that one you've got McKenzie doing enough to win the corner back. You've got Berg doubling the space of the defender to try to force a corner kick. The Thunder just winning the effort game so much in this one. 7 minutes to go. The Vikings now have trail by 2 goals, and the Thunder have equaled the goals scored against the Vikings on the season with their 3-goal performance tonight.
I talked to John Pohl earlier. He is one of our former statisticians here at WETN. Asked him, John, what do you think we're looking at here in the Thunder women's game tonight? And he goes, no, I think Wheaton's going to win 3-1. I said, John, this Augie team has been scored on 3 times this entire season. He said, I know. 3-1 is our score at the moment.
Our significant prognosticator, John Pohl, looks to be accurate with if the score can hold for the final 6.5 minutes. Now the Vikings trying to get back into this one. This is Orweiler at the midline. Will control back to Kishkunis, who has plenty of time at the bottom of the circle. Plays it ahead, looking to get through to McKenzie. Off the deflection, but it will be settled by Jen Lee. Lee on the far sideline, moving towards the middle of the field. Plays across the field to Carrie Shannon. A well-played ball by Lee. Shannon's at the top of the box near side. Steps over the ball, moves towards the middle of the field. Great tackle made by Winkleman for the Vikings. Chipped in by Shannon and knocked out by the Vikings. Back to the feet of Shannon. Moves towards the end line. Shannon on the right foot, and that's another corner coming for the Thunder. Subs on will be Kristen Clark and Brittany Berg.
Entering the game for Wheaton, number 6, Brittany Berg.
This will be the 12th corner for the Thunder. 10 more than the Vikings.
Entering the game for the Thunder, number 17.
Berg's going to replace Orweiler. Clark's going to replace Turner. Both of them have played fantastic games for head coach Pete Felski.
Absolutely. Turner has worked so well in the middle with Carson throughout the entirety of this game.
Kish Kunis on the corner, looking far post. Clark, goal! Sorry, John Pohl, but it's going to be 4-1.
5:19 left, and Kish Kunis has been spotting this ball perfectly. What's that number on the back of her jersey? I believe it's 4. She's got 4 assists on the afternoon and early evening.
How smart does head coach Pete Felski look right there? Puts the substitution on, and within 20 seconds, Kirsten Clark's got the goal for the Thunder. 6:19 to go, and the Thunder making a statement here at Joe Bean Stadium. 4-1 our score, and Augustana is going to go to their first defeat in more than a calendar year.
And Rusty, you look at the last time Augustana had 4 goals scored on them. That was September 26th, 2009.
It's a long time ago. That was scored on them by the Elmhurst Blue Jays, a game that the Vikings lost 4-3. Mosley looking for space at the top of the box. Getting the step is Jen Lee. And Mosley has not had any room, and she's showing the frustration. This is Kish Kunis. Kish Kunis would like to have a goal of her own. She's seen her balls end up on the foot of so many goals so far. And into the back now, Shrigley. Plays ahead to Boson.
Her third of the season was scored by number 17.
Boson
Clark.
ahead to Dodds. Dodds is marked up by Clark.
Clark from Kish Kunis.
And now it's into the back for Brait. 4:20 to go. Amanda Brait moving it ahead out of the back. At the bottom of the circle, we'll send right foot looking for Berg if she can get the bounce through, but Shrigley with a nice header down to the ground for the Vikings. Plays near side Higuchi. Higuchi ball on her right foot trying to turn on Campbell, who just won't give her an inch of room. Danny DeLeon and Caitlin Liebador looking to check back in for the Thunder. Next opportunity.
No way.
Coming in now for the Thunder, this is Kopelman. Kopelman outside Kish Kunis. Kish Kunis turns on the ball. Back to Clark. To Brait. Now this is Brait taking away for the Thunder. 3.5 to go. Brait outside looking for Kish Kunis. Taken away by the Vikings. Coming up is Dodds, and Jen Lee gets enough of a foot to slow it down. Colson in towards the top of the box, off the chest of Winkleman, and Campbell's there for the clearance for the Thunder. Now this is Kopelman trying to get past Boson, able to get the deflection ahead to Grace McKenzie. McKenzie looking for Berg, too far. That'll roll across the end line with 3 minutes to go. And Liebador and DeLeon on for the Thunder, replacing Grace Campbell. Megan Campbell and Grace McKenzie. And Megan Campbell has just played a fantastic game marking in the back.
She really has, and to be honest, Rusty, it's not unusual. This is something that we've seen from this freshman the entire season. She's a force to be reckoned with in the back, plays very smart and capable of moving up the sideline into the attack.
Played out by Shrigley through the contact of Berg, so Thunder throw in, 2:50 to go. Liebador over the head of Berg, but it's out of bounds, and it'll be another throw in. And really, it's almost like if Campbell has a little bit of an off night, Brait's right there, but both of those two so strong tonight, as they have been throughout the year. You really have not seen a letdown from either one of those all season long, as those are just two terrific freshmen in the back line.
Absolutely, and you compound that with Karsten playing ahead of Brait usually, and then that's not even to mention Liebador, who has also been terrific throughout the entire season for the Thunder.
Liebador having an all-conference caliber season in the back. As now Berg turns on the ball, 2:10 to go. Ball on her right foot, moving towards the middle of the field, leaves Kristen Clark, who wouldn't mind having her second goal tonight. Back to the near side, and Kopelman, who will let this one come to her feet as Shrigley comes over, right foot into the box, looking for DeLeon, and it's cleared out by the Vikings. To Higuchi. Higuchi up ahead to Mosley, who has to backtrack all the way almost into the Thunder attacking third, and now tries to turn past Laura Karsten. She does, and will find Ashley Dodds. Dodds in the circles at the midline, plays left foot to the near side, and Higuchi. Higuchi marked up by Liebador. Has to drop back to Winkleman. Looking ahead to Mosley, over her head. Jen Lee's there for the Thunder. Header ahead to Carrie Shannon. Near side Berg, 1.5 minutes to go. Berg turns past Shrigley, has DeLeon running ahead, just going to send it across the field to Kishkunis. Kishkunis on the ball now. Into the middle of the field, into the attacking third, sets up the right-footed hit. And it's a great save by Radloff and a tremendous hit by Kishkunis.
Struck it well, just struck it right down the middle.
Radloff's punt comes to the midfield, won by Kolpeman, back to Liebedor. Flicked ahead as we have 1 minute to play. Berg outside to Shannon, back to Berg, back to Shannon.
1 minute remaining in
And that'll be out of bounds down the near sideline.
Terrific effort by the Thunder on the evening, Rusty. Look back at the game, recapping it briefly, and the lone goal from Augustana coming off that penalty kick on the handball call in the box, which is something that could go either way, but that's definitely the officials' discretion, and no real reason for the Thunder to argue on that. Just terrific job coming back, though, and getting 2 further goals after Augustana was able to get that penalty goal.
Boson plays ahead to Dodds looking for Mosley, but Carrie Shannon's there. Kishkunis slides over, the ball goes down, but it's won by the Vikings. This is Boson. 15 seconds to go. Played back to Shannon in the back. Shannon will split a pair of defenders up through the midfield. 10 seconds near side. Kolpeman. Kolpeman can dribble it into some space and ice this one. Plays to Berg, and Berg will just step on this ball. A tremendous victory for the Thunder. The Vikings fall for the first time since last September. And it's a 4-1 win for the Thunder, who will put themselves at the top of the conference and send a statement to the rest of the CCIW as they hit the halfway mark of conference play with a convincing victory over the number 5 ranked Augustana Vikings.
Rusty, this was a dismantling on the afternoon and early evening. The Wheaton women's soccer team, you have that 1-0 lead, then it's tied up 1-1, and then you put 3 more goals in the back of the net, and Wheaton has proven all of a sudden, set pieces, look out, because Kishkunis is putting it on the money. Coming into today, she had 4 assists on the season. She had 4 assists on all 4 goals tonight.
And really a tremendous night for Kishkunis, as well as there's a lot of hidden efforts in this one as the Thunder just quicker to the ball, so many opportunities, just effort plays all afternoon long that really gave them the advantage over the Vikings here.
Yeah, absolutely. Wheaton's going to be moving to 14-2-0 on the season, 4-0 in conference, as you mentioned, right atop the CCIW standings. Augustana College, the Vikings women's soccer team, falling to 12-1-2 on the season. More importantly, though, 3-1 in conference coming down the stretch now. Wheaton's looking forward in their schedule. They've got Elmhurst, which is sandwiching 2 big games for them, the one they just played against Augie, and then the one on the 27th against Illinois Wesleyan.
And really for the Thunder now, you've got 3 games left in the conference schedule. You can't afford a letdown. You've given yourself the opportunity for what looks like it's going to be the deciding game on October 27th in Bloomington. You've given yourselves that opportunity. You can't give it away and then force yourselves to beat Illinois Wesleyan on the 27th at their place in order to host the tournament. You've got to just be able to right the course, and you've got to win the games you're supposed to win, and that's the Elmhurst game.
Absolutely. And at the forefront of your mind, that has to be what you're looking at is the Elmhurst game. The Illinois Wesleyan game, obviously, you're looking ahead to that. You have that in your mind, but Elmhurst game, you must take it one game at a time, and soccer is a sport where any given team can beat any other given team on any given day. Wheaton's got to bring it against the Blue Jays. That's going to be on the 23rd here at Joe Bean Stadium at 1 p.m.
That'll be on Saturday, and I believe you've got that call, Noah. But you really look ahead now in Bloomington. That's going to be a top 5 match. That's going to be a top 10, possibly even a top 5 matchup, depending on how the ratings go this week, who loses ahead of the Thunder. But you have to assume, having won 10 straight, this is enough to propel the Thunder into the top 10, where they're going to join Illinois Wesleyan and probably take Augustana's spot there, and we're going to probably keep 2 top 10 teams from the CCIW.
Well, and you look at rankings. Rankings are nice. Okay, rankings are nice to see in front of your school's names on the handout that they give to the fans that come and sit in the stands. But really, when it comes down to it, wins are better. And moving forward, Wheaton has to realize that their ranking doesn't mean anything. Okay, their ranking is basically a testament to what other people think about them. And Wheaton knows what they can do. They know what this team is capable of. They know that they're able to defend. They know that they're able to move the ball through the midfield. They know that they've got forwards who can put the ball in the back of the net, and they just need to continue to execute that day in, day out.
You really look at the big picture. CCIW tournament coming up. This is an Augustana team that's not going away. You're going to see them again. And for the Thunder now, you're giving yourselves the opportunity to see them again on this field, where when Augustana makes that bus ride from Rock Island, they show up at Joe Bean Stadium. They remember that they got thumped the last time they were here rather than the Thunder having to go on the road. But right now, we're going to be joined by the head coach of the Thunder, Pete Felsky. And, Coach, a very convincing win in impressive fashion for your squad today.
Yeah, we're getting better at the things we've been working at in practice, and it's paying off. We've been working hard on corner kicks and set pieces all year, and I think we scored 3 off set pieces today, which it's always nice to see your stuff paying off after you worked hard at it.
Caitlin Kishkunis had 4 assists today. Can you remember an afternoon or a game where you've had a player put up 4 assists?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. If that has happened in the past, it's been a while ago. So I didn't realize that either. Well, I guess she takes most of our long balls. Probably should have suspected that. But she's a good player. She plays some dynamic balls in there. It's good to be at the end of them.
Coach, you had some terrific play in the back. Grace Campbell did a great job marking up. You did a nice job marking up Mosley throughout the game. Talk a little bit about the defensive mindset your team had on really shutting down a striker who's been very effective for the Vikings.
Yeah, we know a lot about them. They know a lot about us, so we knew what they were capable of. We talked through a lot of stuff yesterday in practice. We're getting better in the back. I kind of wish we could have figured it out a little sooner in the second half, kind of gave it back to them a little bit. But for the most part, we're communicating well. We're disciplined in the back. We're playing smart. And we're seeing improvement from day one. So it's real nice and fun to watch them play.
You mentioned the one hiccup in the back there early in the second half. Your team had an opportunity there as Augustana continued to push afterwards. Your team really had an opportunity where they could have kind of crumbled a little bit, given up a second goal. Instead, you come right back down, put up the second goal, and then pull away down the stretch.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit, from my perspective, our fault. We didn't get many players involved in the first half. The wind was certainly against us, and we wanted to make sure we came out of there okay. We probably should have, gotten a few more players involved in the first half, and then we came back with our starting lineup in the second. As I look back, we probably should have gotten some subs in there. But a credit to the team for coming back after they scored, and again, a real solid effort.
You mentioned the effort. One of the things that won't show on the stat sheet, your team had a lot of hidden effort plays, whether it was Brittany Bergerle chasing down that ball, forcing a corner, Grace McKenzie not giving up on the one that forced the corner that gave Kristen Clark the goal. There, your team really did a lot of the little things that don't show up on a stat sheet that really make the difference in a game like this.
I think you're exactly right, and again, I hate to keep saying this. In practice, we're stressing the fact that we don't want to give anybody anything easy. So if there's a ball going over the end line, it better be completely over the end line for us not to attack it. And Brittany did that, Grace did that, and again, like you said, those little things are paying off. We're learning that the little things win games, and it's fun to see it pay off.
So you've got a little bit of a sandwich game now before the Illinois Wesleyan game next Wednesday, as you've got Elmhurst on Saturday. What do you tell your team to keep them from having a letdown from this one and looking ahead to Illinois Wesleyan?
That's a great question. I think you tell them the same thing we told them last week against North Central. It's a setup game. It's setting you up for a big downfall if you're not careful. I just got done telling the team just now post-game that was one rung in the ladder. The next one is this weekend. It's not next week. It's not the week after. It's next game against Elmhurst. So we cannot have a letdown. We'll be stressing that in the next couple of days as well.
Well, Coach, enjoy this one. A good win for your team, and good luck on Saturday against the Blue Jays.
Thank you.
So, Noah, we really get a final analysis on this one from Joe Bean. Just a very impressive overall victory for the Thunder.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at the final statistics. I believe we do have those for you. And shot totals on the afternoon and evening. Wheaton outshot Augustana 16-8. 4 shots on frame for the Thunder. 3 of them netted by Allie Kopelman. 1 of them by Kristen Clark off the bench. 4 assists for Caitlin Kishkunis brings her total on the season to 8. 1 assist also for Orweiler, that one coming on a double assist. And moving forward, you got the Elmhurst game, the next one on the ladder.
So that'll be on Saturday. We'll have that one for you on WETN. Stay tuned with us. We got the men's game coming right up. The Wheaton men against the Augustana men here from Joe Bean Stadium. Right now we're going to send it back to the studio. You're listening to the voice of the Thunder, WETN.